difficulties. But so this is the Ernesto versus Dallas. Dallas still on table 1. They just started the match.
Okay, so.
Oh, and this round is brought to you by SoCal Games and Comics. That is the home store of Team Nut Killers, and it's an excellent store for basically any kind of nerdy stuff you might be into, any kind of games, and X-Wing obviously. They got Armada, they have Destiny, anything really.
How much they pay you to say that?
They paid me something to say that.
Did they? Okay.
But
Here's your
definitely check
dollar.
it out if you're ever in Temecula. It's right off of Winchester.
So this is the NIM Sol 6 build by Ernesto Vasquez. Basically, I saw examples of this earlier. You just set up those walls of cluster mines, right? I think he's got them on both.
Yeah.
Right.
He has clusters on Sol 6 and then a bomblet on NIM.
Okay. So he's only going to get 2 rows of them off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But he likes to set them up as walls and just leverage those as defensive shields or dare you to come over it.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious to see what Dallas is going to do. For all intents and purposes, Dallas has been kind of out of it a little bit, right? So is this a big deal for him? Has he seen this before? Does he know what to do? Does he care?
And those are really tanky skirks because they're going to be getting the extra evade result.
If he can keep setting up the wall.
So yeah, it sets up the wall. And then they have accuracy corrector TLTs.
So there he is, button hooking out another row.
There it is.
And then does he just keep flying behind it? Has he given himself room? Does someone mess up with his plan by dumping asteroids range 2 from his edge, or is it irrelevant? Does it not matter? Has he measured out the moves, and can he still
I would say that
stay behind that wall of...
still be able to go around that.
Because when you need to turn around, you're doing a Talon roll, right?
Yep.
So I'm assuming he can do a 3 Talon roll and just stay on his edge all day long and just not care.
And you got the TLT range, so an accuracy corrector, so you're getting 2 hits every single time.
Dallas list sneaks fixing.
Oh, yes it does.
Yeah.
Thank you guys, sorry about that.
Hey, Christopher.
Thanks guys, sorry about that.
So Castle Prime, I know you're saying Dallas needs to fly a swarm, and I had mentioned this on the earlier match. When I asked Dallas about it, he says, I was going for something that could not be more anti-swarm, and this is the list that he arrived at. He felt it was important to have less of a decision tree by only having 2 dials to deal with, and one mindset behind it, which is get in there fast and just do damage. So,
and honestly, as good as Dallas is with swarms, we all know that, I don't really think swarms are the best meta call right now.
Oh, they're horrible.
Yeah. I mean, also you need something that you can be able to go through a whole tournament on and not just fry your brain.
It's a lost art.
The end.
It's a lost art.
Yeah.
We were at a Wave 1 to 3 tournament that was held the day after. For us losers who didn't make the cut, I was 17th. So
That's good.
so tough. That's nice. First loser. So I was excited because the next day we could play Wave 1 to 3. Sweet, I can break out my TIE Swarm. Oh my God, have my skills atrophied? Because that was my first big list.
Yeah.
I was a Dallas Parker stalker and saw his match against Paul Heaver, and I went, I want to fly a TIE Swarm, and that's what I made my first cut in a regional with that. And
Nice.
It's the best time ever. And I could not wait to get this back on the table. Oh, do I suck. It was bad. I could not have flown it worse. I lost the X-Wings.
You should do the gunboats.
No, it was Wave 1 to 3.
Oh, I know, but now.
Oh, no. It's not. It's a great ship. It's a cool ship. It's not my thing.
Oh, they're my favorite. I love those guys. So it looks like sign the dark side condition.
There they go again.
And I have to fix that still.
Yeah. Do something about that chroma.
Yeah. We'll do that here.
So this is interesting for Cherno. Can Cherno get super burned down here, right? I guess the most he's taking is 4 damage from the TLTs.
Yeah.
And that's acceptable.
That's quite a bit of damage.
But he just can't do that for 4 turns in a row. So I'm wondering what the solution is. Does Ernesto have an answer? He obviously knows people are not probably going to risk those cluster mines he uses as a barrier, which you've got to think then Ernesto has an answer for the edges there that you'd assume Dallas is going to head towards.
Yeah, that's a good question, because if he cuts around those cluster mines, then what does he do from there?
Okay, and so he's going to probably blinded pilot, right? For at least
guys.
2 of the shots. And with confidence, probably. I mean, how much defense? You get an extra defense from hiding behind the clusters, right?
Yes. Yeah, you get an extra evade.
All right. And since it's range 3, I mean, allows him to roll 2 dice in the extra evade result. It's tough to see on those dice results.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix that right now. Sorry, folks. Our dice tray came
Are you
up.
off? He's 4 shields, not 3.
Oh, 4 shields.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
All right, we're going to get Christopher to Skype in, and he's going to do commentary.
Yeah, let's just have Christopher be here.
Yeah, it's only Sweden. I mean, whatever. So, Norway, whatever.
Yeah.
You know how us Americans always confuse the two.
If
Christopher could reach the internet and slap me right now, he would.
We know where America is, and that's
it. America. That's all that matters. Jerks. That's us. Hey, look. Australia's checking in. Hey, Jaron. Oh, Jaron, you just won a regional, didn't you? Congrats, sir.
Oh, yeah. Way to go. I have to say, I love listening to the Australian podcasts.
Yeah?
Oh, man. It's probably just... I just love their love for the Empire and all their Empire.
Yeah, that's Morgan Reed's fault.
Oh man, that's great. They're really good players over there.
Is that your way of asking them to fly you out?
Yeah, that's my way of flying.
All right.
One of my friends is Australian, actually. She just immigrated over here.
Empire won 4 out of 5. Well, that should make you happy. You need to go move to Australia.
Yeah, I think that's
the meta there. That's nothing but Empire.
That's my problem. I have
your
to be
wheelhouse.
in Australia.
That's right.
Okay, our camera's being all sorts of.
I blame you.
You blame me?
No, yeah.
It probably is my fault, to be honest.
Well, of course it is.
Let's see what we can do here to fix this.
I'm gonna want to get a damage update here. They look like they're comparing dials. I'm gonna look and see if there's any. Let me go check and see if there's any results.
So we're just gonna get a damage update. Looks like we're having some shots being fired, and we can't really see the dice, so I am sorry about that, folks. Oh, our dice tray got moved along. That's why. Alright. Let's see. Let's see what's going on.
Okay, so here's what happened.
Our dice tray got moved.
Oh. What do I need to do?
Just it should be taped down to the proper angle. I think. Sorry, folks.
Did I fix it?
Okay, Decimator lost 4 shields.
And Nim took 2.
Okay. And then Nim took 2 shields. Hold on, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can get our dice tray fixed.
You take a look at that.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass it off to Gordon here.
That's a really bad idea. Okay, so I'm very curious what Ernesto is going to do here. you have to assume Rack is charging in with like maybe a 2-bank left. It's these kind of matchup. It's like where your opponent has absolutely no idea what they're supposed to do. I know obviously Dallas is way better at figuring out that plan than I would be, but I'm genuinely curious as to what Ernesto has dialed up before. He's obviously got a game plan. What do you guys think? Chime in now. What's the guess? Oh, he's got. Thanks, Steven. You just blocked. I can't see half the screen now. He's got this webcam menu up that doesn't let me see anything. You guys tell me what's going on. I can't see anything, Steven. You need to move that.
So I was testing out the dice box, trying to get everything good here. It got nudged during the last match, so everything kind of got all discombobulated.
One thing about this is because Ernesto is obviously familiar with the setup, he is very quick on his dials. I know he's just putting that down now, but up until this point, you know, he knows what the setup is.
Let's see if I can get a light.
Now is the time for. It's only now at this point in the match where there's a little more decision involved.
So sorry about the dice, folks. Trying to get that fixed right now.
Oh, is it a line that's across the thing that's bugging you?
Well, it's not that. It's so the room where they're playing is very, very dark.
Mm-hmm.
So we probably will need to get a light just so we can see the results a little bit better. And also it got nudged, like I said, during the last match, so everything's kind of off kilter from how it was when we first started. So I'm gonna try to get that fixed for you. And try not to die.
Not choke out on stream.
Yeah,
that'd be bad.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
I don't think the store's insurance can cover that. Suddenly the Wi-Fi bill's going to be a little bit higher.
I know, right? So let me see if I can fix that layout.
What are they doing? What's going on at this point? I saw dice in the tray. Did we miss?
No, I put the dice there just so I can see.
Oh God!
Yeah, that was me. Nobody rolled any dice. I did that. That was all me.
All right. Did you read the chat?
No.
This is the producer. Turn the top 8 logo, please. Turn it on.
I did do that.
We don't have the timer rolling either. We should probably get a guesstimate on that.
Oh, so I did click top 8 logo and it went away. So let's click that again.
You know, Gold Squadron podcast doesn't have these problems.
Yeah, well, you know.
There's no answer for that. You can't. There's nothing good you can say here.
No. Actually, no. Gold Squadron podcast is probably
the gold standard.
Yeah, it's the gold standard.
There you go.
If you want quality streaming, those guys know what they're doing. But like he's been doing that for years. That's a lot of cluster mines.
That is. See,
that is beautiful.
Yeah,
that's just nice to look at. I can just look at that all day.
Oh my gosh. That's right, because he's double cluster mine. Right, I missed that. Yeah, I thought I'd seen 4 sets out there. So that was the plan, right? Was just keep, in other words, take a look and see where Dallas is going to go, try to get a sense of it, and then just keep putting those up in front of him.
That is beautiful.
That is great.
I have to say, watching this list in action.
How do you solve that problem?
Is really, really awesome.
All right, so one suggestion is
fly over and hope for
right,
one
and here's another point. They played last night.
Oh, they did.
Okay, so look at that right there, right? Ernesto lost to Dallas last night, so he's had some time to think about this. He's had all night to think about this.
True, very true.
Right? So I'm very curious how the setup was, because when I saw this up on the board, I think I did see the remnant of this when you weren't here yesterday streaming it. It was
No, it was Trevor.
Trevor, right?
Yeah.
I think what I saw was a diagonal row of those clusters right in the middle of the board.
Okay.
So instead of him racing out to meet Dallas to set that kind of stuff up, he's really hugged the board edge with his defensive wall.
And I wonder if he can turn around and drop some cluster mines to kind of seal off that edge of the board there.
Yeah, I would imagine
Does he
so,
have
because
any
you
chance?
button hook it out, right?
Yeah.
So let's say he does a bank, and then he just keeps forming the wall.
Yeah.
And then that's all he needs. At some point, you're going to want to get in there. You're going over those mines. But this to me only works if he can turn around, and that looks like plenty of room for Talon rolls towards his board edge to get back around.
I'm sure he can.
Now Nim is at an angle, so I don't know about that. Maybe he's got a different plan in mind.
And he also has experimental interface too, so he can take an action and then drop those bombs too and get that stress. And there's a lot of options for him to drop those clusters.
All right. So you're the decimator player. You're the Empire suck up.
Suck up.
This is the Vader says, don't disappoint the Emperor. Get rid of this pest. And there you are, and this is your situation. What do you do?
Oh man, this is tough.
Put yourself in Dallas's spot. What would you do?
Let's see. He's laid down 1, 2, 3 cluster mines, so he probably has one more left. So he does have one more left. I gotta get a light on those dice. But I would say, oh man, because that large base, he's not gonna go over just one cluster mine. He's gonna go over 2.
Correct. At best.
At best.
Yeah. You may 3.
I
You
mean,
can't keep trading outside the wall. That totally works to Ernesto's favor, right?
Yeah.
At some point, you have to.
So it kind of depends. If Ernesto decides to close off that line of cluster mines and just put it on the edge there and just come around back the other way, that puts Dallas in a tough spot. But if he decides to just make another line, I would just get in there with the decimator towards the edge, and then you can start coming around the other side of those cluster mines with that.
All right.
Oh wow.
We'll see.
Because he's fast enough to where he can kind of do that, but that's tough. I don't know.
So commentary from one person's commentary is Rack probably doesn't care because you can palp one of the results to not be
True, but you're using your palp on a.
But in other words, you eat it for the one turn, take the damage, and then play your game.
True.
Because you're now on the other side of that wall, if you can set that up. Let's see. Unless you can fix that dice cam, maybe they don't need to use the dice cam and they just roll on the table. Does that offend your streaming spirit?
I got the light up, so let me set that up, and then we'll go from there.
All right. Yeah, you definitely don't want both ships, if you can avoid it, going over those clusters. One ship, and that has been a standard tactic when the wall of cluster mines came out, was in through the gap single file. Figure out which of your ship is eating the damage, and obviously it needs to be the decimator. The trick is, do you have room? And shooting the gap would have been better, maybe more in the center of the board, or if it could have happened more in the middle of the board. It's interesting up along the edge. if you'll have maneuvering options. You need to come back. You went in the wrong direction, whatever you did. You know, in other words, what are you asking? What pilot? What card is out there for Kylo that he had him fish out of the deck? What pilot skill card?
Blinded.
It was a blinded again.
It was
Okay.
blinded.
All right.
So damage update. We have Nim is no more shields and 4 hull,
Okay.
and Rack just took 2 more. So that's what we're at right now. And there was a blinded on.
I'm
Soul
assuming
6.
quick draw launched harpoons of some
Yeah,
kind.
yeah.
So those have to be spent.
Oh yeah, harpoons are spent.
There's no way he's ahead
Already
that much
spent.
damage. Yeah, he can't be that ahead on damage without those involved.
Samhay.
Yeah, what'd you do now?
I don't know.
That looks worse.
That looks worse. Let me I'm trying to see if I can fix this.
The full size thing he's putting it on. You mean like an alt art card of some sort, maybe?
Oh, that's so there's a local San Diego guy who makes alternate art cards, and that's a Kylo Ren. I'll show you the dark side. Is that what they're asking? Is that the card?
Perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Kylo Ren with his shirt off. And an 8-pack.
I was given one of those cards, and
Yeah.
it makes me insanely uncomfortable to look at the card, which was the point.
Yeah, well, I love it.
Well, what does that say about you?
I mean, I don't know.
You're confident in
Yeah, I'm
in
confident,
yourself?
yeah.
Okay.
Kylo Ren's, he's ripped, man.
So back to the game. Now, okay, so look. So, did you see the Twitch chat commentary there?
Yeah.
Scum Nim lets a friendly ship, including itself, add the evade result, which you'd said earlier. Sixa makes the bomb line, right? But the debris gambit, right? That's new.
Yeah.
Gets
yeah.
them the evade action,
True.
right? So,
There's not a lot
is that
of rocks
is that an automatic 2 evade then?
Well, they're only next to the one rock.
Do the cluster mines not trigger?
I don't believe they do.
Don't do?
No, it's just
Anyone know?
rocks. Yeah. Let me fix this.
Yeah, more
camera
requests to
issue.
deal with the
Yeah.
cam. Either kill it or. All right, so this is gonna. Is this or is this not gonna be kind of a big deal this turn? Keep going. Nope. Keep going. Wrong direction. It's got to come down. It's got to come this way, towards the camera. Now up a smidge. Just a smidge more. Up a smidge, up. Stop. Don't touch a thing.
We're good.
We're good.
We're good.
Don't breathe.
Don't breathe.
Don't let anyone move that.
Don't let him move.
Okay. All right. Let's see. It's 1 evade obstacle. They're near at range 1. Up to a max of 2 evade tokens. All right. Okay, so is Soul putting out another line of these? Because he's got one more set, right? Oh, but is he stressed? So can I don't know. Wait, what? We were doing fine on the camera. What'd you do? What'd you do? This way. Interesting. Yes, that's great.
All right, cool. We're good.
So they're going out. Okay. Look where he dumped him. Instead of putting him out the side like Sol can, he put him to the rear.
Oh. Interesting.
Right. So that begs the question: why is he giving up? Or was he hoping he wasn't going to hit there? Because this is the scum Nim, not the rebel.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, it ignores. So, I'm dying to know what Dallas is going to do with.
Oh, he's checking for the debris game right now.
The regame it?
Yeah.
Does he or does he not get the evade? Okay, so the game plan is build your wall so you know where they're not coming in at. Fly up to the biggest rock you can put out there that you're gonna. If you can envision where the crisis moment's gonna arrive, when the first contact's gonna be, can you leverage that rock? In he turns. Right. Ernesto assumed that's what he was gonna do, so he was not necessarily sacrificing Sol. He was hoping to set up the block. But I think but the thing is Nim is the one that's been getting hammered.
Yeah.
So he's obviously resigned to closing this game out with Sol as opposed to Nim if he can do it.
Well, I mean, Nim does have the bomblet generator, so
yeah,
he has those bombs he can keep dropping over and over.
So
again.
if let's say this goes horrible for Dallas. Yeah, that should not hit. And he trades the decimator.
Actually, looks like that hit a rock.
For Nim.
Yeah.
Oh, he did hit.
Yeah, he did hit the rock.
You've got a fully healthy quick draw against Sol.
Yeah.
You know, so based on that loadout, what do you think? He's already dumped his cluster mines.
Yeah.
I mean, his job was to put the wall up. So it's just a TLT versus quick draw. I don't know.
Well, the thing that's tough now is that Rack has to go through those cluster mines.
Yeah, but my point is you've got two shots here in Nim. If Nim doesn't get through this, it's now basically Sol versus quick draw.
I don't know, because like Nim's gonna be taking maybe just a one shot from Rack. He only has 4 hull. He should probably he can take that. Oh, he has a hull upgrade, so he's actually at 5. I believe, right?
Okay.
Did they do that automatically? He took he had 2 damage on him. I think the hull upgrade went on there already, actually. So.
Well, we'll find out in a second. If we're off by 1,
yeah,
we'll know because they'll pull the ship, and we're like, wait, what?
We'll double check that.
I still can't see the dice results. Can you?
Yeah, it's sorry about that, guys.
We can tell you that Dallas rolled 4 dice,
yes,
and Ernesto rolled 1.
Yeah, so
you're welcome.
Range 1.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
That's all you need to know.
Looks like he used primaries.
3 hits onto Rack.
Yeah.
So let's.
And now here's the trick. Does he TLT? Now's the time to actually TLT into quick draw, because if he's on the rock, it's the safest time to lose those shields.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's beneficial to Ernesto. And
So
Ernesto
like
needed something like that if he was going to have a chance.
So he lost 2 shields on quick draw.
Yep, that's huge. So now here's the thing. Quick draw's going over that rock no matter what next turn. So does Dallas burn his palp? Or does he not care? Does he hope it happens? Or even better yet, because you've seen this before, you will actually palp a hit to trigger the shot.
The thing is, though, like the chances of him getting damage to trigger a shot are very high. He's going over a rock and he's going to go over cluster mines. So I would actually use that palp into a blank.
I've
so
been
he
in this
doesn't
situation
die.
on both sides of it, where a couple times I palped the hit, and a couple times I palped the miss.
Yeah.
And in all 4 of these scenarios, I did not.
You did not.
Yeah, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, because I don't know. That's a rough spot for quick draw. It's actually a rough spot for both of them. I don't know where. It'd be interesting to see where Dallas goes.
And then the times where
to
I triggered the hit, the follow-up attack sucked. Is my point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because quick draw right now has no mods, right? No, he has does he have the target lock on Nim?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know whose target lock that is. I'm assuming he just kept the FCS on Nim.
Yeah.
They're asking for time left in the round.
Oh, we do not have the time right now since we did end up starting a little bit late on our stream. But I will go ahead and find out for you. I'll be right back. But it shouldn't be that far into the round, I would assume.
Yeah, I don't think they're more than a half hour in, but we'll see.
Got this. Hello?
All right, Twitch. No, we're on Twitch. We're not on YouTube, right?
Yeah, we're on Twitch.
All right. Do we have a view of the chat? Is that the chat window there?
Yes.
Because we need to know that they're hearing us okay.
Chat. Where are we going? Sorry, folks, if you can hear us, leave some comments. But we are getting the Twitch chat up.
Wasn't brought up on this as an additional, maybe?
Oh, you know what? I should have done that.
Because
you get to hear us stumble.
Yay, professional.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm Steven. I'm part of Team Met Killers. I know Trevor was doing the broadcast yesterday, and I am joined by Gordon. The best Gordon.
The worst Gordon.
From Stay on Target podcast.
Hey, everyone.
So we're getting Twitch up here.
Be a bit of a lag, but we'll take it.
But I don't know if you guys can see, but we have Franklin against Dallas right now. Dallas is on the right, obviously, and Franklin's on the left. And they've already been starting, so you kind of just catching only the beginning of the game. They haven't been going for too long. So hopefully you guys can kind of pick up from that.
So a bit of a background on this. We're watching Dallas Parker. Everyone should know who he is. He hasn't been playing much. He's from the Minock podcast because he's been busy planning his wedding with Shay, his fiancée.
Priorities.
Yes, so priorities. She's already set those for him, and he has willingly accepted those. So to bribe all of us, Shay brought donuts today, right? To make us okay with the... You didn't get one?
No.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I can go in and get you one, and people can listen to you munch on the microphone.
I'm sure they'll love that.
And we're not muted, right? The orange means we're broadcasting.
We're broadcasting.
All right.
We're out there.
So this is all basically the backstory on this. This is all Tyler Tippett's fault, because Tyler Tippett from the Scum and Villainy podcast, aka Hero of the Empire, who's been running Racklow forever, was giving advice to Dallas. If you listen to the latest, he was a guest on the latest Minock podcast, and Dallas was asking. So I still haven't decided, like week of, what he was going to play in the event. He was mulling over whether to go with triple defenders again, because those are still very viable. Obviously, we've got triple defenders in the top 16 at this event. Tyler gave him advice on what to go with as far as Racklow and some tips on how to play it. And then you've got multiple variations of that, right? Right now we've seen Racklow with Inquisitor do well. We've seen Racklow with a Lone Wolf stealth device, Ryad. Tippett's version is always a Darth Vader. Or you could go with Quick Draw. And Dallas declared he wanted to have a list that was the complete antithesis of a tie swarm, where you've got to do 6 or 7 dials and it takes forever to take a turn.
Yeah.
He was thinking, I want the opposite of that. So his thinking was, I'll put Quick Draw on there and I'll load Quick Draw with harpoons and then your standard typical engine upgraded Racklow, and he'll just charge in there. And the result is this match is over with in 15 to 20 minutes one way or the other.
Yeah. He doesn't even have a lightweight. He has guidance chips.
Okay, right. You can look how he's got advanced optics, right? Because I don't know if he's got a bid in here or not. No, he's a full 100. Yeah, he's not bothered. And he doesn't care. And I asked him, so how many times did you lose your Quick Draw? And he goes, I don't think I did. Maybe once. So it's working.
So we're trying to get the chat up, guys. We're having some computer difficulties here.
What, you don't know the login or the password?
I did. I logged in, but it's not going. We'll start over again.
We don't need to read the chat.
Yeah.
That's a really bad idea. If we don't read the chat, we're in trouble.
No, that's really important. We're trying to get this going, guys. I really do apologize for the hiccups here. It's been an interesting morning.
That's one word.
Yeah, that's my word for everything. You know,
that's a safe word. Are you a politician?
Yeah, I know. Interesting. If
Yeah.
you don't know, if you don't want to say something good or bad,
just say interesting. Yeah.
Let's see if I can pull it up on a different method here. Let's see. Sorry for the radio silence.
Yeah, I know. This is very uninteresting.
I know.
They want to hear the sultry voice of the sultry sounds of your voice.
That sweet audible chocolate.
Oh God, I wouldn't go that far.
Let's see. Here we go.
All right.
What are we saying here?
I have no idea. I'm still trying to get set up on our technical difficulties here.
Okay, so we got one person. I see Darth Serador commenting. So I see the a little bit of something going.
Yeah,
on
somebody.
here.
Oh, there goes screensaver.
There it goes.
All right.
Awesome. So yeah,
We got feedback. They hear us.
Yeah, let me know if you can hear us on the stream.
High CPU usage detected.
Oh,
You may experience performance issues.
well, that explains the performance issues.
That's right.
They're very direct.
Okay, so we are outdoors in sunny Southern California.
Awesome. Thank you guys for letting us know. By the way,
What is it? It's like 65 degrees out or something.
yeah.
You know, the monsoon has passed through here. It's rain once or twice a year is already over and done with for the year here. So there's glare on our screen a little bit. Oh, that's much better. There was glare. Now it's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Dallas's
pretty
approach.
strong.
Look at Dallas's approach, because I'm going to joust you. And I think Franklin wisely is bringing his shuttle in because he's going to need the firepower.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the thing with Yor too, you always want to make sure Yor's in the middle of the fight anyways, so you can pull off those
Close
stress
to
tokens.
either of his aces to relieve the stress if need be, to
Exactly.
give them more freedom of movement on the following turns.
And
But when someone's trying to set up a joust with you, one thing we have seen from people flying Palp aces is to not be cheeky with Palp, but to get him in there and get his guns in there. When I think it was Travis Foss was on Minox, he was describing his approach as it's a flying asteroid, right?
Yeah.
Get your guns in there and then have it get in the way.
yeah, I actually have a lot of experience flying the Palp shuttle, and I found that people don't expect you to joust with it.
Well, it's the key to the list. If you do not fly it right, depending on the matchup, you lose.
Yeah.
It is correct play from your shuttle is what will determine the game for you when you're flying Palp aces. So in this scenario, I think Franklin did the right thing. Unless he gets wiped out, and then I'm going to retract all of that and say, "What an idiot! How dare he joust? He should have ran him." No, I think he needs those guns. You're hoping for one or two shots of some and just get some stuff to punch through.
So Dallas has a really nice setup right here. He's gonna be a range one against that shuttle. It looks like.
I'll bring up Twitch chat on my phone so I can see what they're saying.
And quick draw will be going in. So I don't know if this is his plan or not, but I mean, burning down Yor as fast as possible is probably the best option for him. But also quick draw, of course. If you can get quick draw out of there, well, at least with the shields gone, he is not that big of a threat. As fast as possible.
Oh, hey, we don't want to hear the. Yeah, let's mute that. Got the lag. All right.
And sorry about the dice cam. It looks like that's that's Metcalf's Kylo Ren condition card, if I remember correctly.
Or do they keep putting cards in the tray?
Yeah, they're showing us the crits. So that's I'll show you the dark side.
Do you want me to go in there and get rid of those cards out of the tray?
It's okay.
Are you happy with it?
We
Yeah,
can
the
see-
angles. Yeah, we can't see it.
He's definitely assigning one of the pilot.
Blinded pilot, probably.
Probably blinded, yeah.
When you run out, what do you do?
Exactly. Well, honestly, I guess
maybe
the
Pouch Skill
shuttle,
0 is the next one. Yes.
The loose stabilizer, the one that you can't do straights.
Oh.
That's actually not a bad idea, because he would have to turn the shuttle away to the angle, and then you can probably just kind of go around the shuttle with.
Well, given how close they are, he could probably get away with the one bank and still have it muck up the works.
Yeah.
Because when two large bases are touching like that, it's sometimes even the 3 maneuver doesn't get you out of there, depending on how it is. I would imagine Dallas can do a 3 straight and clear the shuttle if he needs to. But any kind of turning option becomes really, really difficult, because once you come in at oblique angles,
yeah,
things gum up the works more than you would think they would.
And a smart barrel roll over to that to make sure that Dallas's quick draw has a way to get out of there, just in case that shuttle comes in and tries to muck up some stuff. And also a nice range one shot with the other quick draws.
What I probably need to go do is get us a damage count. When they get to dials, we'll update the damage. Well, okay. I'm sorry, miss. Can I help you? Would you like a donut?
I absolutely would like
okay.
it. Thank you so much.
Everyone, we are being fed by Dallas's fiancée, Shay. Hi, Shay.
Hi, guys.
Say, talk louder.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. I've already had one. I'm good.
I guess I'll have.
Thank you so much for bringing
this
me.
one's good.
No.
I'll do that.
So I'm invited to the wedding, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Liar!
Everybody is.
What was your name?
Yeah, exactly. I haven't told you this. I am a professional Dallas Parker stalker. I know all of his. Well, in a different manner though.
Yeah.
I remember when you back in 2014 played blah 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 blah, and he's like, "Oh my God, you're scaring me right now," and I'm like, "Yeah."
He secretly loves it. It's
Does he? Okay, he loves the attention.
He tells me all the time. He's like, I love it when people come up to me and tell me how great I am.
Oh yeah, that's totally Dallas. You're describing
him.
him.
All day, yeah.
That egomaniacal jerk, which is what attracts you to him.
I just love seeing a big ego and just feed it.
That's my man. That's my man.
Got him.
For me.
Mine now.
Back off, everyone.
That's why I come here, to make sure there's no X-wing groupie.
That's right, because you'll stab him or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not afraid to kill someone.
That's right. I'll cut you.
That's my piece.
Thank you for the donuts.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
That is some top-notch commentary right there.
I know, right?
That's right.
You got commentary on Dallas. You have the fiance show up. You got the best Gordon.
And then donuts.
And donuts to just top it off. I don't know about you guys, but I would say this is probably one of the best.
You know what? We can quit here. Who needs to see the rest? Because we've reached the mountaintop. This is the pinnacle.
I know.
All right. So when we see them futzing with dials, I will go in and get a damage report.
If you want, because I can update it right here, so we can make sure everyone's on top of that.
People right now at this point are like, "What's the damage?" Okay, there's one result. How's that?
Oh, look at that!
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was fast.
That hurt. Is the Inquisitor going to shoot here? I'm assuming. I don't know who's got initiative. One's at 100. One's at.
This is 100.
They're both 100. Yeah. So who knows who has the init? We'll see here in a second. All right, so Racklow looks like he's shooting the shuttle because you got 4 dice.
Looks like it's a hit and a crit, and another crit.
Those are those cheaty worlds dice that only roll hits. That's the benefit of being a top 16.
That's very
well, because he's gonna there was probably a focus in there.
Yeah,
either he palped it or there was a focus in Racklow.
I can't see what that is, unfortunately. I'm gonna go ahead and fix that dice cam a little bit later, guys. So I do apologize for that. It's the world's dice always show up weird. For some reason.
What are worse are the white ones.
Yeah.
You know what happens to show you just how, what word I'm looking for? How self-centered I am. I bring 2 sets of dice just in case, God forbid, I end up on the stream because I know the white ones look like crap, and so I bring those. Yeah. And have I ever been afflicted with that problem? Not once, because I suck. So I never end up on the stream. No. It's probably a good thing. I think I'd rather go 3 and 3 in obscurity than go 3 and 3 and have everybody go, "Oh my God, is he bad?"
What's he doing?
Oh yeah.
How did he get here?
Well, I know why he's 3 and 3 now. That's how he's gonna play. All right.
Looks like.
So I gotta assume that's the shuttle shooting back, right?
Yeah, looks like palped into a crit, so hit crit.
Wait, no, not shuttle. Those are more. That's more. That's more quick draw attacking because those are the gold dice. Unless they're green on the same set of dice, I don't think they are. All right. So we're gonna probably wait. I still don't know his initiative yet, so I don't know if Inquisitor's shooting yet or if we do the shuttle now.
Looks like we have a hit and a crit onto Rack.
Okay.
From what I can see here. I don't know what the crit is. It looks like Franklin's quick draw is gone. And I don't know if there's anything else. We can check on the shields and everything. Well, definitely, if there's hit and a crit on Rack, so he probably doesn't have any
someone's
shields.
asking. Someone's saying they had to drop this morning. Did the 5th spot get a game?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, they got 16.
Everybody got moved up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay. You know what? I kept thinking the Rack was at 8. What's VI? Duh. Yeah. Yep. Thank you for the correction. Pilot skills do not matter. Okay. You think it's...
Yeah, I know it's
dead. Let me go get a damage update.
Cool. We're going to get a damage update and everything there. But if I were a betting man, I would say that Rack has 2 damage into him, into Hull. And I'm assuming Dallas's quick draw has lost some shields. And then I would assume there's some damage probably into the shuttle. And probably a full health Inquisitor. So we'll go from there. That's just from what I can see. And it looks like hit crit again. I don't know what I missed
though. Okay. So shields are gone on Rack.
Okay.
And a loose stabilizer. So 1 hit and a loose stabilizer. So I guess that leaves. So shields are gone and 2 damage, whatever the remainder is.
So we got a loose stabilizer on Rack.
And 1 damage.
And 1 damage.
Quick draw has taken no damage.
Dallas quick draw's taking no damage?
Correct.
Oh my god.
And Yor has 1 shield left.
Yor has 1 shield left. Okay, and quick draw's gone, so how do we get this out here? So quick draw's out. Yor has 1 shield left. And Inquisitor's full health. So that's the update.
Okay. So hopefully we can keep track of what they're doing. And that does look like probably it's either a 3 forward, I would imagine.
Yeah,
yep.
Looks like a 3 forward.
That's what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Expert decimator player that I am.
Well, I mean, either way, he's still going to be range 1. That shuttle is going to be shooting, turret and stuff. So he's fine. He's probably too hard next turn. Get back in that fight.
Yeah. No, Dallas is going to decide to go off the board or shoot or shoot at the players to his right on the other mat.
Get that bonus damage.
Yeah, yeah. How did you beat me 200 to 50? Well, I cleared the other table as well. All right, so now he's contemplating his actions probably still?
Yeah.
Is he debating on a blinded, or is he just gonna
take
a target lock? He's got boost. Is he trying to?
Well, Inquisitor's gonna be really hard to kill until that shuttle's gone. So I'm pretty sure he wants to burn that shuttle.
Yeah, I guess he is assessing the Inquisitor threat, right? What to do? See, the problem with Inquisitor is what does he have? He doesn't have a 1 forward, but he does have green 1 banks, right?
Yeah.
Now he doesn't.
I believe so.
He's not stressed because Yor's got it all, so he's not. You know, the ultimate challenge is what can you do to get auto thrusters going? You know, you always want to be at range 3 with Inquisitor. Okay. So, sloop out of Dallas. Okay. So that'll be a stressed quick draw. And I have no idea if Quick Draws fired his harpoons or not yet. I would assume he had.
Well, no, because he was range 1, so I don't think he...
You don't think there was any range 3 combat stuff?
I think
at some point I'll go in and ask.
So they're saying, so Kylo'd with Quick Draw, blinded pilot, then PS killed him, and then denied the revenge shot.
You know what we should do? We should just ask the chat what's really going on.
Yeah, I know, right?
And then just treat that as...
You know, we'll just have the chat
and then we'll behave as if you will go eat your donut, but then we'll behave as if these were our ideas and take credit for them.
Yeah.
All right.
So you heard that, chat. Give us some good ideas.
All right. So 4 dice again. Is that only 2 hits he set aside? I'm assuming.
Yeah, looks like a hit and a crit.
Right. And I have no idea who his target is. I'd like to think he'd shoot the Inquisitor, but... You know, 4 dice. Did he? No, he shot at the shuttle.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Burn that shuttle
Okay.
as fast as possible.
There you go. So I don't know if there was any defense dice rolled or not. So he's palping. He's palping the evade.
Yeah. Rolls an evade.
So there goes the. He probably rolled an evade, which is like wasted. Yeah, and there goes his shield. All right, so there should be a shield down on the shuttle now.
But hey, you know the way I like to, everyone says that you wasted.
How do we lower the shield? -1 right there.
Yep.
Look at that.
Everyone says oh, I wasted pelt, but if that's the result you want in the first place,
right?
You didn't really waste pelt.
But you want to be greedy.
Yeah.
That's why it's usually never a bad idea, especially in a list like Dallas's, where it's like it's there for the offense is my defense. Exactly. I will give you 3 crits instead of 2. Don't know what that is, but we'll find out.
Looks like 2 hull into the.
Well, the one was a crit though.
Yeah, so we have a hit crit onto the shuttle. It looks like. We'll find out what that is for you.
Yep. I'll wait till they set their dials again, and then I'll go have a look-see. All right. So I'm assuming this is Inquisitor shooting. Now he could shoot.
Yeah, he's shooting
Quick Draw because he's not going to get a revenge shot with a target lock necessarily.
Looks like he's shooting.
But he's probably shooting the Decimator because that's the palp carrier. All right, so 3 more. So was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage?
5 damage.
All right. Let me go see what see if we're missing anything.
So we have 5 damage onto Rack.
Damage sensor array in the shuttle, but yeah, 2 hits. It looks like harpoons are spent.
Harpoons are spent? Okay. Alright, folks. So we just got the update. So harpoons are spent. We have damage sensor array on Captain Yor. And 3 hull remaining on that shuttle. Who's probably not going to shoot again.
I'm having a hard time seeing that shuttle.
Yeah. With 2 stress on him already, he's gonna just be off in the corner center. He's gonna function basically.
I mean, there's a good chance Quick Draw takes him out this turn, regardless, right?
Oh yeah, I would assume so.
He's not stressed, so at the very least he has to go forward 1.
Quick Draw can probably just like straight 1.
Well, Quick Draw does. Right. Unless Inquisitor is deciding to do a bank 1 right to cause a block, but he's got his target lock.
Yeah, he's fine.
So he's not.
And if he bakes one right, he's going to be range 2 at least onto.
So the only thing I can think, and I can't tell on the board. I'm assuming he can do a 3 forward if he wants to try to get some distance, but I just don't see it mattering. It's what, a 2 forward maybe?
Yeah, looks like a 2.
Clear one of the stresses. Hope it's a range 2 shot and pray, but I just don't see how he's gonna survive it. I guess he could. It depends, because if he gets 3 hits and then he palps the evade, that's only 2, right?
Yeah.
So you get him for 1 more turn. All right, that's what, a 2 forward out of Inquisitor.
2 forward Inquisitor.
The trick is, will he still have? And that's getting into dangerous territory now, right? Because now you're getting Rack's ability at 1 to 2, possibly triggering. You got auto thrusters and an evade saving you, and hopefully an additional palp saving you.
Yeah, he'll probably be okay. The only thing is that if Quick Draw can kill the shuttle, get palp out of the game.
Right. It just depends how fast Quick Draw dialed up here. Did Dallas anticipate him trying to run a little bit and risk a faster move and risk the bump? Or did he play it safe and just go 1 forward? Yeah. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Don't you think you'd boost here?
Heck yeah.
Contemplating. Always the choice. Yeah. It's like, do I do a Kylo pilot crit, or do I get out of arc? And I think that's the correct move.
Best option is
me judging Dallas Parker 6-0. Yeah, I think that's the correct move. Yeah.
They can hit just hard 2 in the next turn.
All right. And what did Quick Draw do? Looks like I can't tell if that's a 1 or 2. It's a 1 bank.
1 bank. I believe that clears stress.
If it's not in arc, he'll just barrel roll over, and then he may get the dream, right? The 2 shots, right?
Oh, he actually looks like he has it right now.
He may have it right now.
Yeah,
the trick is, does he want the range 1? And then he's got to decide, am I still going with 3 forward and then 2 out the rear, or is he going to guarantee it by taking the 4 shot, the range 1?
I would get that range 1, get those 3 dice at your, and then he can shoot out the back there. Keeping them both.
The mic is picking up a little wind here and there.
Oh, little winds?
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's see what we can do here.
My podcast buddy Michaela saying, hey, Mike's getting wind.
Yeah, they moved us outside, so.
Okay, now Dallas had a loose stabilizer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what does that do?
Loose stabilizer, I believe. That one's.
That's something you can correct, right?
Yeah.
Because all of his cards are face down.
Yeah.
So
I rolled the dice on that one. Oh, no, I think it's the one you can't be assigned straight moves.
And that's permanent. You can't get rid of that, right?
No, just for the next move.
Just for the next, and then flip it.
You're good.
Okay. And he did a hard 2.
Yeah. So he's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Oh no, that's the one you receive a stress.
You receive a stress.
And you flip it face down.
So when did he get the stress? Yeah, it had to have been from earlier.
You had to have been from earlier.
Because he couldn't have done the boost as an action.
Yeah. Well, that's why he did.
Is 3 forward green on
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Yeah, 3 forward, that's where it went.
3 forward is green.
All right.
There we go.
Look at us. This is why we're sitting here and we're not playing the game.
I was doing pretty well yesterday.
Oh, what was your record?
4-2.
Shut up, you jerk. I went 3-3. I don't like you anymore.
It's got to get better.
Oh my God, do I have to get better? No, you know what? I've peaked. I'm telling you. Just you wait, you young punk. When you get to be my age, it's all downhill. You'll be grateful for 3-3 when you're my age.
I had a really great game. I got eliminated by one of the guys here. It's in top 16. He's flying triple Wookiees. Great player.
He's flying against the kid that's 11 years old?
Oh, is he playing right now on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, how do we do?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get in here and say hi, Joe.
Hey, it's Joe.
Just a random person named Joe.
I'm
Joe Desmond.
Joe Desmond.
You're the only Ghost fan in?
No, me and Ron.
There were 2.
So we both won our games actually, but we're on opposite sides of the.
So if you do meet up, it's not till the final.
Yes.
Okay. Let's pray to God that's not it, because no one wants to watch that.
So we were both 5-0 and we salvoed round 6. I think it was on stream.
Do that again for the final.
Yeah.
Okay, then that'd be okay.
that.
So we'll probably end up colluding because I really just want the world seat and he doesn't want to go to Worlds.
You heard it, everybody. Collusion.
Yeah, so we'll probably. I'd imagine a collusion if the finals was that.
That's a very Crate thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just judging Dallas's play here.
Yeah. I haven't caught like any of this game. He looks pretty ahead though.
You just flat out joust and get the game over with in a half hour, both sides basically. Quick draw went like up until this round. I mean, look at the damage on Dallas's quick draw. None.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not even. That's a chips quick draw too. So it's not even
It's a
as
chip
durable as-
harpoon. Yeah.
It's not even as durable.
It's
as most
advanced
defenses.
optics is the most defense mod he's gonna get.
Yeah.
Well, he's
Yeah, it's
using
pure
those,
offense.
That's just
He's using those blindeds just to make sure that he doesn't get
Yeah,
shot.
yeah.
at all.
Blinded in offense are his defense.
Now, if you know what you're doing, you should be able to beat a Racklow with 3 ships. But first of all, Dallas is probably the best person here. And second of all, if you don't have matchup knowledge, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, because when you have 3 ships, if you can consistently get 3 arcs on something, then you can blinding 1 doesn't matter that much because it's still 2 guns versus 2 guns.
Right.
But as soon as one of your ships aren't shooting for a round, then that's when you get behind because they're getting 2 shots around while you're getting 1. The damage rate.
And that's what happened here. He got behind on the curve, and quick draw's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's no real nasty crits on the Decimator either that you would hope for at this point.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll take Loose Stabilizer.
He's got
every day.
7 hull left and nothing significant. All those cards are face down.
Yeah.
Loose Stabilizer was the worst he got, and he cleared that. So
Yeah.
That's my favorite crit to get. It's like whatever.
I mean, it's like worse. It's like worse damage engine, but you get to flip it.
exactly.
It's fine.
So yeah, as long as you have a green neck the next turn, you're good.
And that's what he had. He had a
Yeah.
3, got out of there.
All right, well I'm gonna head out.
All right, good luck, Joe.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, now that Joe's gone, let's say bad things about him. I can't believe he brought. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Walk further, and then I'll resume.
All right, I think we're good. Okay.
Okay, and we're good. Joe's a good guy. All right. Yeah, and I wasn't going to say that while he was within earshot. I'm never going to let him hear me say that.
But now it's saved on the internet for.
No, this is no
posterity.
one's watching this. No one's going to see this later. All right. Let me go check for a
Damage report.
Yeah, that what you said.
Well, actually, the shuttle's gone. Look at
Well,
that.
that's one damage
Here we
report.
are. Here we are talking.
Let's go see
And-
what else there is on.
Old Yor is just no
yeah,
more.
in other words, is there anything on Inquisitor and
Yeah.
what is
Let me see if I can finally get our Twitch
Rack?
working because this thing has been interesting all day. There we go.
Nothing's changed. Just simply get rid of the shuttle.
Cool.
Still,
Sounds good.
still 7 hull on Rack and full shields on Quick Draw, and still 2 shields on Quiz. I do not have updates on anyone else here. We can try and do that real quick.
Let's see if I can get. Do you know how to get the
What do we
chat on there?
No,
This
I
is
have
it?
no idea how to view chat. It tends to be a separate thing. Because it's what.
So there we are.
Bring up the live feed and play it.
This is not our
Is that
live
someone else?
feed, yeah.
Where's your own channel?
Channels. Online. No. Channel. There we go. Is this finally gonna work? What is
my
this?
God. Oh, check it out. It's my wife.
Oh, look at that.
Dude, does the stream want to hear me talk to my wife?
If you want.
No, I really don't think so. I'll be back, guys.
We'll be back with Gordon in a bit. All right, guys. So I finally got our stream chat up. So I won't be using my phone anymore. Don't know what was going on, but hey, we're all good. And yeah, Welcome to the chat. I've been watching the chat. I just haven't been getting on my computer. It's been weird. But we're all good. We're all good. I can see all your lovely comments. Feel free to put in any what you would want to see on stream. I know we have 2 ghost lists, and I know everyone here is really excited to see 2 ghosts going against each other. Right? No? Nobody? But no, we got some really good players here, and a lot of good players. So I'm excited to see what is going to be next. See what's going on here. Looks like Inquisitor. I would say Inquisitor probably. Ooh, I don't know. Because Rock's gonna keep putting pressure on him. I don't think doing a 1 hard is the smartest move, because he's going to be doing a 1 hard, still going to be shotting by rack, and then quick draw is probably going to just like go way fast in there and try to get some shots onto him. So I don't. No, 1 hard.
Alright, I'm back. What's going on?
So Inquisitor just did a 1 hard, and I was thinking that.
Yeah, just he keeps going. He's going to do this all day, right? He's just going to.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the best move though, because if doing the 1 hard, you're still getting shot by Inquisitor, and then quick draw is just going to like go fast in. And probably
well, okay, so he doesn't have much room to operate with. What should have Inquisitor done then? Do you think?
I was just thinking you can like kind of get out of the way for a bit, and then reposition so that way rack is not. You're not getting shot by 2 guns and only 1.
Right. I mean,
because Inquisitor can take, any shot really coming at him by 1 ship, but 2 ships might be a bit of a problem.
Yeah, I can't help but feel like that's going to be nothing but just a delay tactic.
So.
Because then you buy yourself 1 turn of running away. At some point, you still have to come in and shoot, and quick draw's hunting you down. And it's like, okay, then fine, I dial up faster maneuvers.
Yeah, but it looks like he just got assigned a dark side crit. I don't know what that is. But it's one of those.
It may be what is it? The shaken pilot, which is the one where you can't do. It doesn't do him any good to do the damaged cockpit, right?
Yeah, so I think like if he would have done like a 3 bank or something just to get out, he wouldn't have been able to be assigned that crit, and then quick draw probably wouldn't have a shot, and then you can just 1 hard from there. I mean, I know the decimator has the boost, so you can kind of engage again really fast. Basically, it's not really looking good for.
No, the only way this is gonna work out for him is just some dice miracles.
Yeah, good point. You're gonna have the dark side, so if you get hit,
the one strength Inquisitor has is to keep shooting at range 3, and a large base engine boosting ship isn't gonna let that happen.
Yeah.
So, he would have to roll just basically natural evades every time and just slowly take damage while doing max damage in return.
Well, even if he takes 1, he's gonna get hit by those crits, and then there you go. This is 2 hull, he's gone.
Yeah, I just. The only real game plan is still keep working on the decimator, which is impossible.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Shoot quick draw and then get attacked twice in return. So basically, Dallas brought you a damned if you do, damned if you don't list.
Yeah.
Pick your poison, right?
How is this? That first engagement though is just impressive, and that really that early in the game should just.
Oh, okay. And here's an excellent point. When you're getting, thanks. see that they know better than we do. It doesn't matter what crit you assign him because it's damage under shields. You're just ending the game sooner.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you have any pilot crits left in your deck? Oh, goody, let's choose that one.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So damage cockpit works just fine. Why bother fighting against the shields when you can just palp in your crit and end it sooner?
This is probably just sneaky too. I'm so surprised, like 7 health on a rack. That's, I don't think I ever.
Yeah, you wouldn't
7
think
health
that. Yeah.
Rack when I play him. He's like.
But that's what the
like
blindeds were for, right? He minimized the damage.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then got lucky on crits in return.
Defense dice, right? Just don't shoot.
Okay, so I don't know what we're waiting on as far as Dallas goes.
They're setting their dot. No, he don't.
He just moved Inquisitor. Oh, maybe he's contemplating his actions. You know, is he target locking for an evade? Is he boosting?
Boost.
He probably has to measure for a lock to get the evade here.
Yeah.
That or he's barrel rolling away and just hoping.
No,
Yeah, that's all he's doing. He's just hoping that
I still think
quick draw. Yeah, he's hoping quick draw dialed up a slow move, and then the result is he can maybe have a range 3 shot or something.
No, if I was quick draw, I wouldn't dial this thing. I just go in fast and get in range 1. Oh. Am I not being heard?
Well, I'm barely hearing you, so if I can barely hear you, what makes you think they can hear you?
Oh man, sorry guys.
We should give a little. Okay, so here's the deal at this setup. We are relying on the store's like Wi-Fi device. They've got a mobile, like MiFi sort of thing, 4G thing. But ours are running limited. So the second this match is done, we're cutting the feed right away. And you'll just have to. I'm assuming once you go live, that unless you're subscribed, you don't have a notification, right? So
yeah.
I can go in the FFG for it and say live again or something like that.
Yeah, so definitely subscribe if you haven't. I mean,
yeah, if you want the email notification, do a subscribe. Otherwise, either I'll post on Stay on Target live again, or go to the FFG forum and say, hey, it's back up, or check in and click refresh, whatever. This match got a delayed start compared to the rest of the field, so most of the other matches are done. But that's okay because we knew this match didn't need to go to full time anyway.
Yeah, I don't think they're even close to being full time. So let's see.
Isaac Carr is asking for the round. This is the first round.
So
the top 16, right? So 3 to go. And we'll try. I guess what I can do is try to get an update as to who's left.
Yeah, we'll definitely let you know.
We'll write down. You eat your donut. I'll find out who's left, and then when we come back, we'll give a report. Assuming others haven't just spammed Facebook in terms of who's left and things like that. Oh, does that make it? That makes it, but auto thruster's trigger. Does he palp a crit here? Or you can just roll all natural.
Yeah.
That's one way to do it.
Works too.
It looks like 2 hits. All right, thrusters.
Yeah, it's probably out. Yeah, I'm not going to hit it.
I can't tell on those results if he only thrustered 1, but I'm assuming he did.
It looks like 3 evades.
Yeah, I'm assuming so. Yeah.
Which either way, he's fine. He's not going to get hit.
If I had to guess, I'd say probably a 5 forward out of Inquisitor, and then
yeah, he's probably gonna
get some distance. Get some distance from rack there, and then come in for final engage if he can.
Yep, look at that. Get behind those rocks.
That's probably a 4 forward.
So he's probably These aren't looking too well.
Yeah, he didn't want to go 5 because he wanted to be able to get the evade. If he
Yeah.
went too far away to measure the target lock, then he couldn't take the free evade. And then he's got one more action. Yeah.
Boost out of there.
Why push a limit for a focus? Let's just minimize the shots, hopefully, and
That's a
and that's
nice
still
little set of rocks, though.
right.
got
He's
up
using
there.
the rocks as friend. He'll do
Yeah.
he may do a hard one and then a boost on the next shot if he feels like getting guns in.
I don't think he's going to try to shoot. I think he's going to just try to preserve some MOV.
Run on time and lose with more dignity because he can say you never killed my Inquisitor.
Yeah, this is top cut, so he doesn't need to worry about that.
He's just got to look for his moment where he's getting just only shot back once,
Yep.
which is tough to do.
I think he does like a one hard mix. Actually, probably 2 bank. I think it's 2 banks are green, right? On the Inquisitor.
Oh, 5 isn't a green. Yeah. Yep. There you go. That's why it's 4.
Yeah, we'll definitely have top 4, well, top 8, top 4, and the final here for you. So we'll definitely stay tuned for that. And if you do subscribe, we can always make sure you get notifications if we do have to cut the stream to save our internets, our precious internets.
Did the 11-year-old make top 16? Yes, he did. He was going up against was he going against the triple Wookiees or he had the triple? He was going against
Was
the
he
triple.
paired against them for
I
this
think
round?
I think the kid was up against triple Wookiees.
Oh, so that means he must have.
No. Ryan was up against triple Wookiees. I don't know.
Okay.
Looking for Alex Vanger's list.
Okay.
He won't give me his score, so I'm calculating it.
Alex, isn't it a rule to not go out that door?
Sorry, folks.
28 plus 36.
Oh, you're being talked to,
Right.
Steven.
Oh, sorry, guys. I don't know where Brent is. What position he is. I don't know if his match is even over. Probably. I will find out.
We
though.
will find out who made the cut in a
Yes.
second. Unless you know off the top of your head, Alex.
Hold on. What are we talking about?
Brent.
They want an update. Who's advanced?
From all the cuts? Give me a sec. We're still
Yeah.
waiting on table 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll get that to you.
We'll come to you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're good.
Trouble closing the door. You want to get that? Yeah.
Want me to close it?
All right.
Okay.
The cool mat from yesterday. I think Trevor took that back.
Was this the mat on the stream yesterday?
Yeah.
What was
yeah,
cool
the
about
Riv-
it?
the
I didn't even pay
Rivco
attention.
one.
Oh, Rivco.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the Rivco.
All right. Sorry, we were not paying attention
Yeah,
to the
we're-
action there, so you guys have a better idea than we do. Let's have a look. All right. So even with that cluster of rocks there, Chirino's still going to be able to. I mean, you do like a 2 bank, and
Yeah,
then you
he's-
probably have a 1 bank boost in to the left to navigate that gap.
They're far enough apart. You can navigate that easy.
Quick Draw was desperate. He could do what? The hard 2 to the right maybe and be stressed and still not care. It's tough to see at this angle if he can clear from that.
Hard 2 on
Yeah.
Quick Draw is
Right.
white, I believe.
Are hard 2s on SF's white or
the
red?
Green, the red ones are the 3s, I think.
Could have swore the 2s were. All right, chat.
Well, yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
It's been a while, and I should know this. I feel really bad though.
Why should I know these things when I can look at my card when they tell
I
me?
know, right? Nice fight.
When we all right, 3 right. 2 hards. 2 is white.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
All right. Oh, so you were right again.
I was right again.
What a jerk!
Yeah. Well, you know. I've flown SFs quite a bit.
It's the 1 and 3s are red. Okay. Yeah, I was just so ragging on the ship, and could not have been more wrong, right? Because quick draw is amazing.
Well, even
Such a-
backdrafts, they're so tanky.
I'm not. I'm not a fan of just let me
Really?
fly. I'm too much. No, not because it's
Oh, no.
bad.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm too much in the thing of I need to. How do I get my forward guns on you? And this whole
okay.
concept, like I'm perfectly okay with the turret, that's fine. But God forbid I line up rear arcs. Like that's like no, I hate that.
Oh, I love it because you can just like fly past.
Yeah, you
something.
fly through and keep shooting,
then
and
you're
now
good.
it's even worse, right? Now
Good.
it's now you're really getting shot up.
And
Yeah,
especially those dream shots with backdraft.
Yeah,
that
I
was
could not have been
beautiful.
more wrong about those ships. They're great ships.
They fly like rebel ships.
That's probably why I hate them.
That's.
I can't stand Rebel.
I know.
Yeah, and yet I'm probably flying Rebel at the regional next week. But
Oh,
you know,
really?
yeah, God forbid. But
Oh man, I fly Imperial mostly. I've done Nimoranda and all that, you know, Falcons and all that jazz. So, but I don't know. My heart's with the Empire.
mine too. I'm not worthy of the Empire. I got rejected out of the Academy.
They're making a movie based off you, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
It'll be out in a couple weeks. All right, yeah. So I didn't see the maneuver there if it was a 1 bank or a 2 bank, but then there's your boost
That
into the
was,
gap
that
as
was, one
predicted.
thing, I believe.
And then quick draw is we can't see.
Looks like it's too hard.
Yeah, that red maneuver I said.
Yeah, that
red
so
maneuver.
He's probably stressed, right?
So he's not stressed, and now if there's room, he'll barrel roll in if he's out of arc, assuming there's.
Well, there's a rock there, though. I don't know if you can barrel.
I can't see.
Pretty sure there's a rock that's obscured by rack right now. So.
Dallas's move was 1 bank. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, because those bases just take you so much further than
Oh,
you
I know.
think. Yeah. And it's not crucial to get guns on with quick draw this turn because Inquisitor is pointing the wrong way. So you just keep chasing, and at some point you get your shot.
And his range 2 looks like it's in arc, so no auto thrusters.
Exactly. They're trying to figure out the thrusters or not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not with thrusters, but he might get that rock. I think that's what they're looking at right
Oh, screensaver keeps kicking in. Okay. I'm going to assume that's in arc.
now. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, he can probably bank out and then.
Not necessarily meaning the comment there,
Yeah,
rack
but
is
sorry.
blocked.
Yeah, it's the block. Sorry about that. Because you know, again, it's a turret, so you don't really have to be pointing.
Look at that. No hit, spend the target lock, no hit, but he had palped a crit.
So
And so,
just the one crit.
can defense. Oh, there you go. Grab Dallas's dice because yours haven't been working. Let's see if these are genetically encoded to Dallas only, or will anybody be able to use them?
Let's see what we got here.
No idea.
It's,
Yeah, it's good.
It's good. So he's
Okay.
fine.
We need those visual cues.
Yeah.
Oh, have they shared dice all game? Okay.
Oh.
Does it? Maybe it's the lighting of the screen here. Does that look like green results to you? Because when you picked them up, you could tell they were the gray dice, right? But when you look at the
yeah,
dice
yeah.
cam, don't they look like they're green?
They do. I
They
think
do
they
for
might
us
be
on our
like
screen.
that-
Now, I don't know
that
about
light
you
green.
guys, but for our screen, let's see. If we look at this computer, that's a little more gray, but that computer that we're looking at, those look green. So,
Roll over the rock? I don't know.
I don't think he palped on the
Yeah.
re-roll. Did he re-roll all 3 dice, though?
He.
Oh, no. He did a re-roll, and then the re-roll was probably focus. And then the focus,
yeah,
because
that
it's
could've been
range
it.
2,
Yeah,
was
yeah,
the...
yeah.
Right. So, but they're correct, that he did not palp a crick there necessarily.
Card 1. Ooh, that is close. No, he's good. He's probably gonna obviously barrel roll out of that. You don't want to go over that debris. Barrel roll in.
Oh,
Interesting.
I like it. I like it. Until Dallas dials up a 3 sloop to the right, reading his mind.
I know, right?
That's pretty unfair, Dallas, the ability to read his opponent's mind.
You know, I think that's probably why he's doing so well.
It could be.
I'm not a, you know, maybe. Who knows? Let us know in the chat.
All right, so looking like the bump, yes.
All right.
All right, and tapping probably in his own.
Yeah, tapping a
tapping his own quick draw.
Yeah.
And then what did Dallas dial up? Where maybe he can get a shot out of the rear arc. It depends on what he did.
Yeah, he actually probably could.
That may end up then working bad because then if he can get a shot out the, I cannot. That looks like a bank
like
to
a
the left.
Two bank, which is.
Does it clear? They're gonna mark.
They're gonna mark him.
Might clear, and then.
That would be a range one.
And now he's getting shot by both.
Yeah, so that could be it for Inquisitor here.
I don't blame the attempt though. You got to do something. Was that a bank move or a hard 2?
That was a. Oh,
it's looking like
two?
a hard 2.
I thought it was
that red hard 2 I
bank.
keep talking about. That's not red.
I thought it was a bank.
Right, that's what I thought as well. But we're at an angle here, and it's tough to see.
Like
It does not clear.
Yeah.
All right, so just one shot. And that's got to be arc. So no thrusters.
If you did that 2 bank, that actually might have cleared. He would have had that range 1 shot.
Well, I can't see what's beyond that. What kind of? Is there any kind of debris? There is a debris. No, see that right? See just to the right of Inquisitor there. There's a debris. So 2 bank would have put him on that. Maybe he wouldn't have cared, but it might have been a factor if he was trying for actions of some kind.
Oh, so our buddy Brent is on top 8. So
that's the quick draw and the advanced optic sensors, right? Yeah, that we saw those first emerge in England, and like two different guys had brought it, made top 16 with it, and it looks like a super fun list to fly.
I'm probably gonna be trying that list out next.
You should.
I love the silencer.
They're great.
And
you know what's better than 1 silencer?
2 silencers.
That's right.
Yeah. I had to.
Yeah, when I saw those results, I go, that looks like fun. So I went and immediately bought a second silent. I haven't tried it yet, but I did buy a second one to have the option.
I'll probably be buying one today.
Well, if only you were at a store that had 20% off.
Yeah.
If you're in Southern California, come on down to Comic Quest, where there is a 20% off all X-Wing. D, come say hi. Internet wants to talk to you, D Young.
At Mountie's Delight, I don't know if quick and silent is a good tagline for the 2 silencers and quick draw.
You're going to play Legendary instead of Judge? Or is it just a carrying box?
It's just a box.
Just a box. Full of?
Oh!
Yes!
And I forgot I stashed Thin Mints in here. Lupin Chewy and
Surprise Thin Mints.
We're going to be starting the Lupin Chewy Championship.
I've got 9 sets of this at home, and then 2 of them can do the 6-player mod.
awesome.
It's just so much fun.
I have mine in my trunk.
So I'm not sure we want to do 6 players, but I really would love to.
Yeah, it's fun to try.
If you're doing a championship, it's got to be
You do it to accommodate your player counts, right? Because if you do multiples of 3,
but if
then
only
you
one
can...
person wins, then... And I don't have that mod for these 2 copies, so...
And you could, it's a little beat up, but that's fine. It's a Carolina Create card. You can
tear
that
that
in as
you
a
can-
prize.
Champion.
Or tear it up.
So, we have D-Un here showing off his
Yeah, D, why
Lupin
don't you sit
Chewy.
down and talk to the people on
Lupin Chewy Championship.
Well, we got an inferior podcaster. Oh, still watching Dallas. Franklin.
Yep, still going.
What are we talking about?
What is that? Oh, we're just waiting for Inquisitor to blow up. Because
The hunt is on.
Second the match is over, you gotta get off the Wi-Fi.
got it. Roger, Roger.
Guys, almost out of daylight.
Are there Twitch comments?
Are you guys shutting between?
Yes.
Trevor.
Yeah, should I comment? I don't know. I think I'm bringing all the A-list celebs here on mine.
What's up,
Trevor.
Phil?
We have the best Gordon, and then we have Diyun from Minoc.
Oh no one's interested in my Lock Squadron. This is Dallas Parker.
You
He
guys
hasn't
had a
played.
good showing out here today, like almost everyone.
Half the cut was
Yeah.
our crew. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And also shout out to our associates in Aero Squadron as well.
yeah, that's a lot of good people came out.
SoCal's all incestuous. We all basically help each other out.
Well, this regional is probably.
You can't go out the store. What? You can't go out the store. They're screaming. Oh my god.
Technical issues.
Technical issues. Sorry about that, guys. What was that?
I was watching the other half of the tables. I also
Sorry about that.
you're good. I don't know, like I get really anxious when I watch Dallas play. I'm always pulling for him. So
Oh, why?
I don't know. Like I feel like an X-wing dad. Like
Oh.
but it seems to be going all right for him. Can you catch me up?
Yeah. So we haven't got a damage report on the Inquisitor, but basically we got 7 hull on rack still, I believe. He hasn't been getting shot at all. And then Quickdraw's still full health.
That's astonishing.
Yeah. He's been using those blindness very, what's the word? Opportune moments to make sure that even though he doesn't even have the lightweight, I mean, best defense is not getting shot, period. So,
True enough.
so
That is an interesting call there. I didn't really get a chance to talk with Dallas leading up to this event. He's so busy with wedding prep.
yeah.
But that's a bold move. Bold move, Cotton, to go with optics over lightweight frame.
Well, he I think the Franklin's quick draw was gone within like the first round of shooting.
Was there a lot of variance in
First,
Dallas's
second.
favor, or
No, just pretty average results. So nothing too crazy. I mean, you know, get the extra palp bonus and all that.
the door is OP? Yeah, it's the meta. It is the meta beast. It's broken.
We haven't updated stats because I am stuck to this table and I haven't had a chance to. But I'm fairly certain from watching this that Inquisitor has basically been running this whole time and he hasn't really been doing any damage.
It doesn't look like he's able to turn around in a
Yeah,
opportune
he's
way.
basically just been turtling up and hoping for the best.
I'm a little bit.
Franklin's a superb player.
Oh yeah, no, he's doing really great. And they're both undefeated yesterday, I believe, right?
No, Franklin.
Or was
He
that
had
somebody
a
else?
couple of rough matches, and he was actually 17th in the Swiss.
Okay.
And we
okay.
had one player that,
Who was the undefeated? I forgot.
well, Dallas.
Dallas,
and,
but one more.
I think it might have been Ron.
Was it one?
You guys were looking for the winners of the other rounds?
Yes.
Okay, give me a sec. I'll find that for you.
Awesome, thank you.
Well, I can speak to a few of them. Our boy Connor Hawley, his only loss in the Swiss yesterday was to 11-year-old Isaiah Brody.
Okay.
And that thing happened where, you get the rematch, you have all night to think about it, and Connor was put in the really tough spot of knocking out 11-year-old Wonderkin.
Oh.
Yeah. Connor was flying Dengarth week, and
Okay.
I hope he's on stream next because I love the squad. I mentioned it on the podcast as a bit of a secret weapon to deal with the standard Raptor attack, Fenrau, VCX.
How do you feel about Thweek though? Because I feel he doesn't really do too much offensively.
It's like we had a handshake. Yes, no? Oh. Well, here's the thing. When you go Dengar Thweek, you have so many points left over. Connor's just piling on every last upgrade, including advanced proton torpedoes, which at face value just sounds like jank. But on Thweek with fire control and glitter stim,
Very true.
he's consistently getting off that. I mean, it's 5 hits every time.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
And he's moving last. And Isaiah had, well, I think we need to pub his squad a bit. Do we have the squad sheet in front of us?
I'm coming up them right now. So
because it's so not standard.
Which name did you want?
Isaiah Brody.
No idea who this is. Mitch.
You want to rattle that off?
Yeah, so Isaiah's list, it's the Lothal Rebel with Lorik. Oh, I saw this one yesterday. Yeah. So
he went 5-1 yesterday.
Yeah, so the Ghost has reinforced deflectors, twin laser turret, Wookiee commandos, guidance ships.
It's just, you know, for
funsies.
funsies.
Just for funsies. And then obviously the title. And then Lorik with Predator, Tactician, C-3PO, and guidance ships.
And somewhere there must be a
Zeb. There it is. Okay, cool. And then Zeb Dark, which is the go-to.
Sure.
Shuttle,
Cheapest.
Usually, yeah.
So it's a fascinating build. He originally started with reinforced deflectors to deal with all the harpoons in the meta, which meant that he needed some other means of modifying his attacks, and he just chose with the ultra efficient Wookiee commandos. So that's both the strength and the weakness of his squad, because he's modifying non-stop. But rerolling eyeballs, like sooner or later he runs into variance issues.
Yeah.
And that's what happened again. Connor's Thweek got away with 1. But the Lorik is just loaded to bear.
Oh yeah, no, that's a tanky Lorik. That thing's. I mean, I went against I forgot his name. The one who's doing the triple Wookiees with Gunner.
Right.
Tactician.
Oh, that's a brilliant squad. We gotta talk about that.
Oh man.
Next.
That was probably one of the best matches I had yesterday, and he actually knocked me out of the top.
Oh, did he?
Cut. Yeah.
Dylan?
Yeah, Dylan. So, awesome player. Well, it looks like we cleaned up, so it looks like Dallas won here. But
Dylan and Farmer?
oh my gosh, Wookiees, they take a while to die. I'll tell you that.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What was that?
Oh, Wookiees take a long time to die.
Oh, they sure do.
There's Dylan.
Cool.
Yeah. So Dylan has the 3 Wookiees, 2 with adaptability, tactician and gunner, and then 1 with adaptability, ops specialist and gunner. So basically, they are shooting you, missing, shooting you again. Each time they're putting on 2 stress, and then they're going ahead, and then every time they miss, they're each getting a focus from the ops specialist.
So as a meta call, we got to give a lot of love to Spencer Sands of Aero Squadron. He's the guy who engineered the squad, and I think yesterday all of Aero flew it. Dylan was the guy whose luck held up through into the cut. And it's a brilliant meta strategy. Like, I've been trying to math it out in terms of its efficiency. Like, on the one hand, it's a gimmick, and I don't mean that in a pejorative fashion.
Yeah,
it's
no,
just, you know, there's a big combo gimmick to it, which, like, if you're looking at the old standard with the double expertise Predator squad that Chris Allen had such great success with.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Hey guys, hey everyone. That's a lot more straightforward. But on the other hand, this one, it's immune to stress effects in terms, at least offensively. Like, your expertise isn't getting shut down. And then, like you said, just all those, just like a machine gun of gunner effects. It's a sort of strange, like Neo buzzsaw version of all these liberators.
Well, also he knew when to take a focus rather than reinforce too, because just to make sure you're doing like that right amount of damage. Yeah, so he's a smart player. I really like the way he flew that.
Yeah, he flew against Farmer, who's I mean, it's something of a meta squad now.
Oh yeah, so I think he's the same with.
Oh yeah, it should have been identical to.
It's identical to the other list here. It's Franklin's list.
That's right, exactly. Yeah.
Same list.
And right after the match ended, I kind of punched Farmer because he was my ride here, And we were talking about the matchup and all that stress and whatever. Like the reason why I totally endorse Farmer's choice of this squad is going back to the Mindlock special is such an ace in the hole to deal with all the stress effects, and it can deal with every squad out there.
Yeah.
It's a Palp Aces squad, so it's
consistent.
Well, but you screw up and things just explode.
It's efficient, but it also takes a lot of skill to it.
It does.
Yeah.
And Farmer on the entry. So we're talking about, I stressed how important it was to cleanly enter with the reach around with Inquisitor, and you just use Yor and Quick Draw to take a beating and hope for the best really.
Yeah.
And on the entry he dropped Inquisitor on Debris.
And once you lose Inquisitor, it's a
well, that's the funny thing. Inquisitor, ended up doing a ton of work. I feel he played a great game from that point on. So both players deserve to move on. You always hate to see friends, get paired and have that happen. But Farmer's Quick Draw just refused to die.
He, to summarize, to epitomize that play, he had one move where he did a 3 sloop. Close enough to Yor to pick up the stress and dodged all 3 arcs on the Wookiees.
Wow.
Yeah.
So sloop, stress to Yor, barrel roll, arc dodge. Yeah,
wow.
Yor is just astoundingly good.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna be shutting off the stream here just because we are low on data, but we will notify you.
Oh, let's do a quick top.
Oh yeah.
These
sorry,
are the
top,
names.
Yeah.
These are the names of the top 8 players. I've got most of the list here. We know Dallas, right?
So Dallas Parker is moving on.
Ryan Farmer.
We
We just talked about his list.
I hope
Ernesto.
I'd volunteer him to be on stream as well because he has
Is that the Soul 6?
6
Great
nim.
match. I just faced him. It's a great match.
He nipped you.
Okay, that's Connor.
Connor.
What's Connor's list?
Connor's flying the Dengar week.
Okay.
Dengarth week.
Mitch Rapp.
Yep. My
Is
boy Mitch.
Poe Miranda.
Yeah, who's part of Team Met Killers. So way to
Brent.
go, Mitch. Brent, awesome guy.
Running.
He's doing the 2 silencers and quick draw.
Nice,
So
okay.
way to go, Brent.
Joe Desmond. Let's not talk about him. And Ron.
Some guy.
What?
And
Joe and Ron are running the 100-point updated versions of Raptor Attack.
Yeah.
So
And let's not talk about Ron either.
Both of their heads are big enough as it is, so we don't need to talk about them at all.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much.
let me just
Yeah, go ahead,
say
go
one
ahead.
last thing. I know Raptor Attack's a dumb name, but that's Steven's
not
call sign,
intuitive.
and it's like he attacked all of us. The meta just broken hard,
Yeah.
and he deserves all the credit for that.
Cool. All right. Well, definitely subscribe if you haven't, and we'll definitely be posting in all the X-Wing groups on Facebook when we go back on.
Thank you,
Sorry.
TMK.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, sorry about the whole thing with the internet thing, but we just have to make sure we manage that. So. All right,
Look
thank
at
you.
this handsome fellow. Yes. I have a radio face.
Thanks, guys. See you in a bit.
You guys are streaming every match, or you're not going to stream?
just update this in real time later. People want to see what's going on.
Okay. Can you hear me, guys?
Yep.
All right,
Hopefully
here we
we're
are.
live.
Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties, but so this is the Ernesto versus Dallas. Dallas still on table 1. They just started the match.
Okay, so
Oh, and this round is brought to you by SoCal Games and Comics. That is the home store of Team Nut Killers, and it's an excellent store for basically any kind of nerdy stuff you might be into, any kind of games, and X-Wing obviously. They got Armada, they have Destiny, anything really.
how much they pay you to say that?
They paid me something to say that.
Did they? Okay.
But
Here's your
definitely check it
dollar.
out if you're ever in Temecula. It's right off of Winchester.
So this is the Nim Salsixa build by Ernesto Vasquez. Basically, I saw examples of this earlier. You just set up those walls of cluster mines, right? I think he's got them on both.
Yeah,
Right.
He has clusters on Solsixa and then Bomblet on Nim.
Okay. So he's only going to get 2 rows of them off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But he likes to set them up as walls and just leverage those as defensive shields or dare you to come over it.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious to see what Dallas is going to do. For all intents and purposes, Dallas has been kind of out of it a little bit, right? So is this a big deal for him? Has he seen this before? Does he know what to do? Does he care?
And those are really tanky Skirks because they're going to be getting the extra evade result.
If he can keep setting up the wall.
So yeah, it sets up the wall. And then they have accuracy corrector TLTs.
So there he is, button hooking out another row.
There it is.
And then does he just keep flying behind it? Has he given himself room? Does someone mess up with his plan by dumping asteroids range 2 from his edge, or is it irrelevant? Does it not matter? Has he measured out the moves, and can he still
I would say that
stay behind that wall
should
of...
still be able to go around
Yeah,
that.
because when you need to turn around, you're doing a Talon roll, right?
Yep.
So I'm assuming he can do a 3 Talon roll and just stay on his edge all day long and just not care.
And you got the TLT range, so an accuracy corrector, so you're getting 2 hits every single time.
Dallas Listening's fixing.
Oh, at least. Oh, yes, it does.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Sorry about that.
Hey, Christopher.
Thanks, guys. Sorry about that.
So Castle Prime, I know you're saying Dallas needs to fly a swarm, and I had mentioned this on the earlier match. When I asked Dallas about it, he says, I was going for something that could not be more anti-swarm, and this is the list that he arrived at. He felt it was important to have less of a decision tree by only having 2 dials to deal with,
Yeah.
and one mindset behind it, which is get in there fast and just do damage. So,
And honestly, as good as Dallas is with swarms, we all know that, I don't really think swarms are the best meta call right now.
oh, they're horrible.
Yeah. I mean, also you need something that you can be able to go through a whole tournament on and not just fry your brain.
It's a lost
towards
art.
the end.
It's a lost art.
Yeah.
We were at a Wave 1 to 3 tournament that was held the day after. For us losers who did make the cut, I was 17th. So
That's good.
so tough. That's nice. First loser.
That's so good.
So I was excited because the next day we could play Wave 1 to 3. Sweet, I can break out my TIE Swarm. Oh my God, have my skills atrophied? Because that was my first big list.
Yeah.
I was a Dallas Parker stalker and saw his match against Paul Heaver, and I went, I want to fly a TIE Swarm, and that's what I made my first cut in a regional with that. And
Oh,
it was,
nice.
It was just, it's the best time ever, and I could not wait to get this back on the table. Oh, do I suck? It was bad. I could not have flown it worse. I lost to X-Wings.
You should do the gunboats.
No, it was Wave 1 to 3.
Oh, I know, but now.
Oh, no.
That was
It's not. It's a great ship. It's a cool ship. It's not my thing.
Oh, they're my favorite. I love those guys. So it looks like sign the dark side condition.
There they go again.
And I have to fix that still.
Yeah. Do something about that chroma.
Yeah. We'll do that here. Let's see.
So this is interesting for Cherno. Can Cherno get super burned down here, right? I guess the most he's taking is 4 damage from the TLTs.
Yeah.
And that's acceptable.
That's quite a bit of damage.
But he just can't do that for 4 turns in a row, so I'm wondering what the solution is. Does Ernesto have an answer? He obviously knows people are not probably going to risk those cluster mines he uses as a barrier, which you've got to think then Ernesto has an answer for the edges there that you'd assume Dallas is going to head towards.
That's a good question, because if he cuts around those cluster mines, then what does he do from there?
Okay, and so he's gonna probably blinded pilot, right? For at least
guys.
2 of the shots, and with confidence, probably. I mean, how much defense? You get an extra defense from hiding behind the clusters, right?
Yes. Yeah, you get an extra evade.
All right, and since it's range 3, I mean, allows him to roll 2 dice and the extra evade result. That's tough to see on those dice results.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix that right now. Sorry, folks. Our dice tray came.
Are you off? He's 4 shields, not 3.
Oh, 4 shields.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
All right, we're gonna get Christopher to Skype in, and he's gonna do commentary.
Yeah, Chris, just
right?
have Christopher be here.
Yeah, it's only Sweden. I mean, whatever. So, Norway, whatever.
Yeah.
You know how us Americans always confuse the two.
If
Christopher could reach the internet and slap me right now, he would.
We know where America is, and that's
it. America. That's all that matters. Jerks. That's us. Hey, look, Australia's checking in. Hey, Jaron. Oh, Jaron, you just won a regional, didn't you? Congrats, sir.
Oh yeah, way to go. I have to say, I love listening to the Australian podcasts.
Yeah?
Oh man, it's probably just I just love their love for the Empire and all their Empire.
Yeah, that's
lists.
Morgan Reed's fault.
Oh man, that's great. They're really good players over there.
Is that your way of asking them to fly you out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my
Okay.
way of flying.
All right.
One of my friends is Australian, actually. She just immigrated over here.
Empire won 4 out of 5. Well, that should make you happy. You need to go move to Australia.
Yeah, I think that's
the meta there.
That's
is nothing
what it
but
is.
Empire.
That's my problem. I have
That's your
to be
wheelhouse.
in Australia.
That's right.
Okay, our camera's being all sorts of.
I blame you.
You blame me?
No, yeah.
It probably is my fault, to be honest.
Of course it is.
Let's see what we can do here to fix this.
I'm going to want to get a damage update here. They look like they're comparing dials. I'm going to look and see if there's any. Let me go check and see if there's any
thank you.
results.
So we're gonna get a damage update. Looks like we're having some shots being fired, and we can't really see the dice, so I am sorry about that, folks. Oh, our dice tray got moved along. That's why. All right. Let's see. Let's see what's going on.
Okay, so here's what happened.
Our dice tray got moved.
Oh. What do I need to do?
Just it should be taped down to the proper angle. I think. Sorry, folks.
Did I fix it?
Okay, Decimator lost 4 shields.
And Nim took 2.
Okay. And then Nim took 2 shields. Hold on, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can get our dice tray fixed.
You take a look at that.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass it off to Gordon here.
That's a really bad idea. Okay, so I'm very curious what Ernesto is going to do here. You have to assume Rack is charging in with like maybe a 2-bank left. You know, it's these kind of matchups. It's like where your opponent has absolutely no idea what they're supposed to do. I know obviously Dallas is way better at figuring out that plan than I would be, but I'm genuinely curious as to what Ernesto has dialed up before. He's obviously got a game plan. What do you guys think? Chime in now. What's the guess? Oh, he's got. Thanks, Steven. You just blocked. I can't see half the screen now. He's got this webcam menu up that doesn't let me see anything. You guys tell me what's going on. I can't see anything, Steven. You need to move that.
So I was testing out the dice box. Trying to get everything good here. It got nudged during the last match, so everything kind of got all discombobulated.
One thing about this is because Ernesto is obviously familiar with the setup, he is very quick on his dials. I know he's just putting that down now, but up until this point, you know, he knows what the setup is.
See if I can get a light.
Now is the time for. It's only now at this point in the match where there's a little more decision involved.
So sorry about the dice, folks. Trying to get that fixed right now.
Oh, is it a line that's across the thing that's bugging you?
Well, it's not that. It's so the room where they're playing is very, very dark.
Mm-hmm.
So we probably will need to get a light just so we can see the results a little bit better. And also it got nudged, like I said, during the last match, so everything's kind of off kilter from how it was when we first started. So I'm going to try to get that fixed for you. And try not to die.
Not choke out on stream.
Yeah,
that'd be bad.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
I don't think the store's insurance can cover that. Suddenly the Wi-Fi bill's going to be a little bit higher.
I know, right? So let me see if I can fix that layout.
What are they doing? What's going on at this point? I saw dice in the tray. Did we miss?
No, I put the dice there just so I can see.
Oh God!
Yeah, that was me. Nobody rolled any dice. I did that. That was all me.
All right. Did you read the chat?
No.
This is the producer. Turn the top 8 logo, please. Turn it on.
I did do that.
We don't have the timer rolling either. We should probably get a guesstimate on that.
Oh, so I did click top 8 logo and it went away. So let's click that again.
You know,
there
Gold Squadron podcast doesn't have these problems.
Yeah, well, you know.
There's no answer for that. You can't. There's nothing good you can say here.
No. Actually, no. Gold Squadron podcast is probably
the gold standard.
Yeah, it's the gold standard.
There you go.
If you want quality streaming, those guys know what they're doing. But like he's been doing that for years. That's a lot of cluster mines.
That is. See,
that is beautiful.
Yeah,
that's just nice to look at. I can just look at that all day.
Oh my gosh. That's right, because he's double cluster mine, right? I had missed that. Yeah, I thought I'd seen 4 sets out there. So that was the plan, right? Was just keep, in other words, take a look and see where Dallas is going to go, try to get a sense of it, and then just keep putting those up in front of him.
That is beautiful.
That is great.
I have to say, watching this list in action.
How do you solve that problem?
Is really, really awesome.
All right, so one suggestion is,
fly over and hope for
Right,
one
and here's
hit.
here's another point. They played last night.
Oh, they did.
Okay, so look at that right there. Right, Ernesto lost to Dallas last night, so he's had some time to think about this. He's had all night to think about
True,
this.
very true.
Right, so I'm very curious how the setup was, because when I saw this up on the board, I think I did see the remnant of this when you weren't here yesterday streaming it. It was
No, it was Trevor.
Trevor, right?
Yeah.
I think what I saw was a diagonal row of those clusters right in the middle of the board.
Okay.
So instead of him racing out to meet Dallas to set that kind of stuff up, he's really hugged the board edge with his defensive wall.
And I wonder if he can turn around and drop some cluster mines to kind of seal off that edge of the board there.
Yeah, I would imagine
Does he
so,
have
because
any
you
shots?
button hook it out, right?
Yeah.
So let's say he does a bank, and then he just keeps forming the wall.
Yeah.
And then that's all he needs. At some point, you're going to want to get in there. You're going over those mines. But this, to me, only works if he can turn around. And that looks like plenty of room for Talon rolls towards his board edge to get back around.
I'm sure he can.
Now, Nim is at an angle, so I don't know about that. Maybe he's got a different plan in mind.
And he also has experimental interface too, so he can take an action and then drop those bombs too and get that stress. And there's a lot of options for him to drop those clusters.
All right. So you're the decimator player. You're the Empire suck up.
Suck up.
This is the Vader says, don't disappoint the Emperor. Get rid of this pest. And there you are, and this is your situation. What do you do?
Oh man, this is tough.
Put yourself in Dallas's spot. What would you do?
Let's see. He's laid down 1, 2, 3 cluster mines, so he probably has one more left. So he does have one more left. I gotta get a light on those dice. But I would say, oh man, because that large base, he's not gonna go over just one cluster mine. He's gonna go over 2.
Correct. At best.
At best.
Yeah. You may 3.
I
You
mean,
can't keep trading outside the wall. That totally works to Ernesto's favor, right?
Yeah.
At some point, you have to.
So it kind of depends. If Ernesto decides to close off that line of cluster mines and just put it on the edge there and just come around back the other way, that puts Dallas in a tough spot. But if he decides to just make another line, I would just get in there with the decimator towards the edge, and then you can start coming around the other side of those cluster mines with that.
All right.
Oh wow.
We'll see.
Because he's fast enough to where he can kind of do that, but that's tough. I don't know.
So commentary from one person's commentary is Rack probably doesn't care because you can palp one of the results to not be
True, but you're using your palp on a.
But in other words, you eat it for the one turn. Take the damage and then play your game
True.
because you're now on the other side of that wall, if you can set that up. Let's see. Unless you can fix that dice cam, maybe they don't need to use the dice cam and they just roll on the table. Does that offend your streaming spirit?
I got the light up, so let me set that up and then we'll go from there.
All right. Yeah, you definitely don't want both ships, if you can avoid it, going over those clusters. One ship, and that has been a standard tactic when the wall of cluster mines came out, was in through the gap single file. Figure out which of your ship is eating the damage, and obviously it needs to be the decimator. The trick is, do you have room? And shooting the gap would have been better, maybe more in the center of the board, or if it could have happened more in the middle of the board. It's interesting up along the edge if you'll have maneuvering options. You need to come back. You went in the wrong direction, whatever you did. You know, in other words, what are you asking? What pilot? What card is out there for Kylo that he had him fish out of the deck? What pilot skill card?
Blinded.
It was a blinded again.
It was a blinded.
Okay. All right.
So damage update. We have Nim is no more shields and 4 hull, and Rack just took 2 more. So that's what we're at right now. And there's a blinded on.
I'm assuming
6.
quick draw launched harpoons of some
Yeah,
kind.
yeah.
So those have to be spent.
Oh yeah, harpoons are spent.
There's no way he's ahead
Already
that much
spent.
damage. Yeah, he can't be that ahead on damage without those involved.
Samhay.
Yeah, what'd you do now?
I don't know. what's
That looks
going on.
worse.
That looks worse. Let me I'm trying to see if I can fix this.
The full size thing he's putting it on. You mean like an alt art card of some sort, maybe?
Oh, that's so there's a local San Diego guy who makes alternate art cards, and that's a Kylo Ren. I'll show you the dark side. Is that what they're asking? Is that card?
Perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Kylo Ren with his shirt off. And an 8-pack.
I was given one of those cards, and
Yeah.
it makes me insanely uncomfortable to look at the card, which was the point.
Yeah, well, I love it.
Well, what does that say about you?
I means I don't know.
You're
I like,
you're confident in
Yeah,
in
confident,
yourself?
yeah.
Okay.
Kylo Ren's he's ripped, man.
So back to the game. Now, okay, so look. So, did you see the Twitch chat commentary there?
Yeah.
Scum Nim lets a friendly ship, including itself, add the evade result, which you'd said earlier. 6 makes the bomb line, right? But the debris gambit, right? That's new.
Yeah.
Gets
yeah.
them the evade action,
True.
right? So
There's not a lot
is
of
that
rocks
an
in
is that
there.
an automatic 2 evade then?
Well, they're only next to the one rock.
Do the cluster mines not trigger?
I don't believe they do.
Don't do?
No, it's just
Anyone know?
rocks. Yeah. Let me fix this.
Yeah, more
cam
requests to
issue.
deal with the
Yeah.
cam. Either kill it or. All right, so this is gonna. Is this or is this not gonna be kind of a big deal this turn? Keep going. Nope. Keep going. Wrong direction. It's got to come down. It's got to come this way, towards the camera. Now up a smidge. Just a smidge more. Up a smidge, up. Stop. Don't touch a thing.
We're good.
We're good.
We're good.
Don't breathe.
Don't breathe.
Don't let anyone move that.
Don't let him move.
Okay. All right. Let's see. It's 1 evade obstacle. They're near at range 1. Up to a max of 2 evade tokens. All right. Okay, so is Soul putting out another line of these? Because he's got one more set, right? Oh, but is he stressed? So can I don't know. Wait, what? We were doing fine on the camera. What'd you do? What'd you do? This way. Interesting.
How's that?
Yes, that's great.
All right, cool. We're good.
So they're going out. Okay. Look where he dumped him. Instead of putting him out the side like SoCal, he put him to the rear.
Oh. Interesting.
Right. So that begs the question: why is he giving up? Or was he hoping he wasn't going to hit there? Because this is the scum Nim, not the rebel.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, it ignores. So, I'm dying to know what Dallas is going to do with.
Oh, he's checking for the debris gamut right now.
The debris gamut?
Yeah.
Does he or does he not get the evade? Okay, so the game plan is build your wall so you know where they're not coming in at. Fly up to the biggest rock you can put out there that you're gonna. If you can envision where the crisis moment's gonna arrive, when the first contact's gonna be, can you leverage that rock? And he turns. Right. Ernesto assumed that's what he was gonna do, so he was not necessarily sacrificing Saul. He was hoping to set up the block. But I think but the thing is Nim is the one that's been getting hammered.
Yeah.
So he's obviously resigned to closing this game out with Saul as opposed to Nim if he can do it.
Well, I mean, Nim does have the bomblet generator, so
yeah,
he has those bombs he can keep dropping over and over.
So
again.
if let's say this goes horrible for Dallas, that should not hit. And he trades the decimator.
Actually, looks like that hit a rock
for Nim.
Yeah,
he did hit.
Yeah, he did hit the rock.
You've got a fully healthy quick draw against Saul.
Yeah.
You know, so based on that loadout, what do you think? He's already dumped his cluster mines.
Yeah.
I mean, his job was to put the wall up. So it's just a TLT versus quick draw. I don't know.
Well, the thing that's tough now is that Rack has to go through those cluster mines.
Yeah, but my point is you've got two shots here in Nim. If Nim doesn't get through this, it's now basically Saul versus quick draw.
I don't know, because like Nim's gonna be taking maybe just a one shot from Rack. He only has 4 hull. He should probably he can take that. Oh, he has a hull upgrade, so he's actually at 5, I believe, right?
Okay.
Did they do that automatically? He took he did 2 damage on him. I think the hull upgrade went on there already, actually. So.
Well, we'll find out in a second. If we're off by 1,
yeah,
we'll know because they'll pull the ship, and we're like, wait, what?
We'll double check that.
I still can't see the dice results. Can you?
Yeah, it's sorry about that, guys.
We can tell you that Dallas rolled 4 dice
yes,
and Ernesto rolled 1.
Yeah, so
you're welcome.
Range 1.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
That's all you need to know.
Looks like he used primaries.
3 hits onto Rack.
Yeah.
So let's.
And now here's the trick. Does he TLT? Now's the time to actually TLT into quick draw, because if he's on the rock, it's the safest time to lose those shields.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's beneficial to Ernesto. And Ernesto needed something like that if he was going to have a chance.
So he lost 2 shields on quick draw.
Yep, that's huge. So now here's the thing. Quick draw's going over that rock no matter what next turn. So does Dallas burn his palp? Or does he not care? Does he hope it happens? Or even better yet, because you've seen this before, you will actually palp a hit to trigger the shot.
The thing is, though, like the chances of him getting damage to trigger a shot are very high. He's going over a rock and he's going to go over cluster mines. So I would actually use that palp to a blank.
I've been in this situation on both sides of it, where a couple times I palped the hit, and a couple times I palped the miss.
Yeah.
And in all 4 of these scenarios, I did not.
You did not.
Yeah, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, because I don't know. That's a rough spot for quick draw. It's actually a rough spot for both of them. I don't know where. It'd be interesting to see where Dallas goes.
And then the times where I triggered the hit, the follow-up attack sucked. Was my point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because quick draw right now has no mods, right? No, he has does he have the target lock on Nim?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know whose target lock that is. I'm assuming he just kept the FCS on Nim.
Yeah.
They're asking for time left in the round.
Oh, we do not have the time right now since we did end up starting a little bit late on our stream. But I will go ahead and find out for you. I'll be right back. But it shouldn't be that far into the round, I would assume.
Yeah, I don't think they're more than a half hour in, but we'll see. All right, guys, you seen the live stream now? I saw someone in chat just say back. Confirm that for us, will you? I'm sorry, do you need what?
If you're back, then you don't need me anymore.
No,
All
I'm
right.
sorry, I don't mean to keep
Okay.
you here, yes.
No.
So yeah, let us know if we're good. Yay, we're good.
Thank you. Say thank you to the store, Internet. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, what was your store? Would you like to go ahead and talk about your store?
Hey, the regional championships are at Comic Quest in sunny Southern California, and it is finally sunny today, and we're in Lake Forest in the OC, so come visit us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
All right.
So we are back, boys. All right, so we did update everything. Nim is, well, actually, from all that, Nim actually died. So Nim's out.
Yeah, we were focusing on trying to restore the connection and not paying attention to the match.
But I know that I checked Quick Draw, so Quick Draw has no shields, 3 hull. And then Rack is at 2 hull.
This is close.
This is a really close match.
This is a really close match. So Saul is full. Saul 6 is full.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Now, what does he have left in his toolkit here? He dumped all 4 of his clusters, right?
Yes.
All right. He's got an accuracy corrector, so you know he's always landing 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he's always going to do 2 damage a turn to something.
I think
if it can't evade it. So we know Chirno's gone if Saul can catch him.
Well, I think he's probably going to try to keep Saul close to those rocks and just keep doing those evades while he's just plinking away.
Right. Do ring around a Rosie around the largest rock there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now Nim is gone, so you can't ignore a bomb.
No.
All right. You can only leverage it to be behind it. Doesn't he have two abilities? One is get an evade if you're behind it. There's something else. Is it just strictly the button hook out the side? Is that his ability?
For Soul 6 or?
Yeah, for Soul.
Oh, Soul, yeah, it's just out the side.
Yeah, okay.
It's just like the fire spray that does the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, so he just.
So he's doing his last damage.
All right.
You can't tell what that is,
Yep, sorry
but
about
it's
that,
some
folks.
kind of pilot crit.
It's yeah.
We imagine it's not going to be. It doesn't really matter because it is a damage down under the shields, but it's. Oh, thank you for that screen. That's better.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. There's the white hard 2 maneuver
Yeah,
out
the
of
white hard
Ty
2.
Essev, as I told you was the case that you argued with me about.
Yeah,
now,
so-
does he barrel roll for the shot, or does he? Yes, that's what I thought he'd do. Okay. Because he. And then risk the damage.
Now the thing that's tough though is that even though you can't use an evade token on the same attack, multiple evade tokens on the same attack, if he gets shot by Rack and by Quick Draw, he's going to have an evade token for each of those. And so Soul 6 is probably not going to be taking too much damage.
No, it's for something that's 1 agility, it sure does stick around a long time. All right, I cannot tell what those results are. You know, there's something about... Oh, okay, there we go. It's the same. Why is it blown out when before it wasn't earlier?
I think it's something to do with the camera being moved around. There's a lot of people. So for everyone that's listening to me die, for everyone who's not here, basically there's a giant crowd around table 1.
So it's
watching
easy
this.
to get it bumped and
Yeah,
jostled.
so
Okay.
it's been rough trying to keep everything lined up.
All right.
Once we get a break though, I'm gonna try to see if I can fix these issues so that way you guys can see the dice results. But I've been going in and out, updating it to making sure that we know what's happening. So looks like 2 hits, and got the evade spent and uncancelled crit. So there's looks like a crit.
Blinded
underneath.
pilot should be long gone, I would think, at this point.
Yeah.
You know, if you, let's say you gave him the don't do a straight, well, he wouldn't be doing a straight here anyway.
Yeah, no. So PS0 maybe.
He's PS
Just to get
6.
the damage in?
Yeah, at this point, you're just like,
Yeah.
hey, I want a crit. I want a card down under the shield, because you're desperate for any kind of damage that you can get. But I'm assuming there was no attack by Cherno and they were too far away, right? Or wait, no.
No, he had a range 3.
He had the range. He did have the range.
3,
Did I
yeah.
miss that?
So he spent both evades, so he must have spent an evade on Quick Draw and Rack.
Okay.
So he couldn't have spent on the same attack.
Right. Who did Saul shoot this turn? If that was how many dice did Quick Draw roll? I missed that entirely. Did he roll 4?
He rolled
Because if you roll 4, then Nim was forced to shoot him.
Yeah. But if anything, I think
Rack will do.
Soul has a range 3 shot on.
Yep.
Oh, Soul isn't shooting this round. Oh yeah, he had it blinded last time. We talked about that. Yeah. I forgot. Thank you, chat.
Oh, in other words, when it was assigned, he was probably never in a scenario where he was actually going to shoot anyway, and then when it first finally came up. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was fished out earlier, but this is the first time it could actually come into use. Okay. That makes sense. All right. You've got, obviously, ships going to the right here. It's just a question of where's Quick Draw going. I don't think Quick Draw wants to let Saul have the benefit of that obstacle, right?
Yeah.
So, like, is he going to do, like, say, a 1 bank into the left and just simply follow 6's path?
I would say that's
that way you
probably
get
the
that way you get
smartest.
actions like say a focus or something,
Yeah.
as opposed to having to leverage the barrel roll to get around the object.
The only thing is that one bank into that rock is not really going to give him a lot of room to kind of
I know.
correct
I
around.
know.
So, I mean, what he can do, he can too hard to the right
I feel like he's got to
and
take
shoot out the back.
maybe, but I feel like he's got to take a focus action of some kind to be able to leverage his advanced optics. Wait, yes.
Yeah. Well,
So
because
now-
since he's Rack's closing out top, so I think if Dallas,
Okay, so he's going for
Probably-
damage at this point because he doesn't think
oh no, he's going
He's-
straight. Yeah.
he doesn't think Chirano is long for this world.
So I think.
What he may do there, so does he stay
yeah,
where
once
he's
the
at?
barrel roll.
Does he, yeah, he does the
Yeah,
barrel roll.
yep.
He's hoping for just the palp and target lock to do something here.
I mean that's sufficient.
Right. I guess his best bet is can he always close to range 1 on Sixa, right?
Yeah.
To avoid the TLT, and then he can win.
So okay, so range 1. We have 2 on to Sol Sixa, and then spend the target lock. So it looks like an eyeball or like an evade maybe. He spent the evade, so looks
Alright,
like
so you don't even need to roll here if it reaches. I don't even know why they're. You have to just see if there's even a shot at range. Other than that, it's just gone, right? He's palpitating evade. Oh, okay. First, he's got to get a shot in first.
Yeah.
Then you lose Chirano.
ooh, that's 3. That looks like an evade. So
So maybe only one crit. He spent an evade token. That's an evade result. He takes 1 crit onto Sixa.
oh, it looks like yep.
And then
Rack's out of
he
there.
actually correctors back. So let's verify the damage.
And check to see on Sol Sixa too.
Yeah, that's one.
Oh. All right, so yeah, Rack is gone, and this is a really close game. I mean, Quick Draw has no shields. So Sixa has, I believe, 1 or 2 shields. We're double checking the damage right now on Sol Sixa and how many shields. I know there's definitely already 1 into hull from the blinded. So this is tough, especially with accuracy corrector TLT. That's, you know.
2 shields on Sixa, but 1 card down
Okay.
under. So 4 hull, 2 shields.
All right, so yeah, 4 hull, 2 shields on Sol Sixa there. Quick Draw looks like still 3 hull. And
When I looked at Nim, there were 7 face-up cards on his.
Oh, yeah, so Nim had a really bad day today.
Nim had a lot of crits come his way.
But that's this can still be anyone's game. I don't even know who has this. This is still pretty close. I mean, Sol Sixa definitely up on as far as like hull and health wise, but
Yeah. Is it possible for Dallas to always close it to the range 1 bubble? I don't know.
yeah.
You really have to do what Dallas does, which is cheat and read his mind, and then see if, dial up the maneuver to get there. All right.
So the
here
next thing
goes.
is that if he does manage to do that, he has that target lock.
Okay, so he's going away from the wall,
Yeah.
and he's trying to leverage the rock. So then what does he do? Barrel roll forward to the right, maybe,
Yeah, maybe.
to take advantage of a difficult turn.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
going to be looping around that rock.
That's
for
what he's
forever.
doing. Each time I tried that in my matches yesterday, yeah, I got clipped just barely every single time. It was like it was the right maneuver, and it was just each time the judge ruled against me. It was so close you had to bring the judge over, and each time it was like, nope, range 1. I'm like, ugh, I paid you $1.
I know.
Come on.
What's the point of bribes at that
exactly.
point?
So
This is
yeah,
rough. Yeah.
and Dallas did see that and was hoping maybe it. I don't think he's going to get the benefit of the rock there. So. Yep, excellent point by Green Dragoon.
True.
There is no lightweight frame, so it's like unless you roll natties, it's take a damage.
Yeah, it looks like he just took a damage there.
Yeah, yep, that's 1. And he's got to roll. Nope, boom. Okay, so he's got 1 life left.
Yep. Oh.
And he doesn't even get a shot. So I don't see how.
Yeah, this turns rather quickly.
Excuse me?
Did Michael Dale pass through here?
Don't know.
Three-way?
No idea.
Yeah, I think like the only chance Dallas really had is maintaining that range 1.
Oh,
Because
look at that. Actually, corrector laughs at your lightweight frame. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you've already burned through the crits that would help you here, like another blinded pilot.
Yeah.
I don't know, chain reaction into 2 million explosions and whatever. I've seen an Academy pilot do it to Sunterfell once, maybe, but he's just got too much health left. So.
Yeah. Again, like the only chance he would have had is keeping that range 1 with that target lock constantly, just like. But he has too much distance on him. I don't think that's really gonna. Especially since his 3 hard is gonna be red, so he's not gonna do that.
And here comes the wind.
And that's a pretty point heavy Soul 6.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's effective. Yeah, it's effectively it's a points vault. Everyone knows that. A single evade die rolling ship.
Yeah, Soul 6.
Yeah, it's like Miranda for the scum side. Just get behind your obstacles. Yeah, at this point, Dallas is like, I just don't want to be shot until I can set up. Yeah, it's his only hope is to somehow reset up and engage in donut hole. But, I mean.
Well, it's probably only about.
Oh, that's in range.
Yep. That's
got to be natties.
Doesn't look like.
Did he do it? He did the first one.
Okay. All right. Cool.
He did the first one because of pain. So this has to be natties now. And game because
there
he
it
spent
is.
the focus. Yeah.
All right. Wow, that was a great game.
Yes.
That was a really great game.
Interesting how once again, because you've got experience against someone's list. Well, now I need to try something else.
Yeah.
And Ernesto chewed on that if that was to come up again and had a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Did it differently and it totally worked.
Both people were playing very methodically and like you can tell that they were putting a lot of thought into those moves.
Yeah.
That was great to watch.
Yeah, it's like Ernesto saw the path Dallas was going to have to take and then had answers with the wall of bombs and then key blocks.
Yeah,
that
true.
really mucked things up. So, good job, Ernesto. And serves Dallas right for not having played competitively for Europe. You know, so he scrubs out at top 8. I told you he sucks. You know. So, yeah.
Serves Dallas right. I don't know if that's like what the takeaway is.
No, I really don't think that's a bitter old man. Being totally envious of Dallas's ability.
I know.
That was so amazing what he did. So he made a great run, and I'm happy for him. And now go get married, and maybe we'll see him again after he gets back on his honeymoon in Maui.
Oh, he's going to Maui?
He's going to Maui.
Oh man, I love Maui.
I've lived most of my life, well, gosh, now half my life in California, and I've never been to Hawaii because it's still like 7 or 8 hours away.
Yeah.
So.
So we're back here. So let's look at our wonderful faces here.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
It is freezing.
It is really cold, and I brought my leather jacket.
Because now the
for this
sun,
reason.
now we're in the shade, and
Yeah. And it's windy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's crowded in the store, and there's no room for us. So
How do we get rid of these things? That's what I want to know.
what? Those poker chips?
Yeah, the poker chips.
Those. No,
Those were our giveaways yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want some.
I'll talk to Brian.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
Make me sit out here freezing. So, okay, so
Yeah.
we need to see how soon they're going to get set up. We need to find out who our top 4 left are. Need to find out if Ryan Farmer made it still.
True.
Because a very important thing on the Minot podcast is to be able to say, hey, Ryan, are you a regional champion? I mean, as soon as I saw D yesterday, he comes up and he goes, hey, Gordon, are you a regional champion? And I got to go right, why, yes, I am a regional champion. D, are you? Why, yes. And then he turns to Ryan, and Ryan is just like, shut up. So Ryan would love nothing more than to get that monkey off his back just so that D can't, and Dallas can't keep teasing him.
Well, a lot of the Minot Squadron people did really well at the tournament yesterday.
Right.
So they've got a big turnout.
But after
here.
this wonderful story of mine, if I
Yeah.
find out Ryan just scrubbed out, that'll be very, very sad. So
Hopefully not.
well, let's hope not.
Hopefully
Let's
not.
hope he's still going.
All right. So so we're gonna go find out what the next pairings are and when that whole thing's gonna happen. So yeah, stay tuned. Our internet's back.
See, we don't even have to kill this,
Yeah. So we don't have to kill this. We're good.
but we should.
Probably. I'll ask her.
Oh, well, no, I mean, I'm assuming it's unlimited. Her
Yeah,
bill's going to be the
yes.
bill.
So we're good.
We need everyone to chip in money
Yeah,
to Cosmic
I know.
to pay for our streaming bill. All right, let's go find out what
All right,
happened.
we're gonna go find out. All right, thanks, guys. We'll be back in a bit. Eventually, right here. There we go. Oh, we're gonna fix the dice cam too. So.